Wow, weird. RIT number one, Stony Brook, UC Berkeley, and UC Santa Cruz. Now, tell me a little bit. Do those four teams sound familiar at all?
Yes, those four teams do sound familiar because they are the semifinalists for the I forgot what year it is, 2019 Winter Invitational for the Collegiate Star League. These teams are the top teams in the CSL. I don't mean, what else did they say? They're the top teams in the CSL. What does that mean? They don't lose. These guys are insane. These four, although it is ranked 1 through 4, they are all there. So we are going to be watching RIT versus Santa Cruz tonight. This is the match of the season so far because RIT, as usual, crushes every single team in their bracket, which is the East group, aka the group of death. That includes Stony Brook, who are sitting there at rank 2. Now, this is the first time this is the first time that we are going to see RIT play a team from another group, and we are talking about Santa Cruz, who went a fantastic 7-0. They lost only a single game across the 7 series they played. That was to San Jose. They still obviously won 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I've been waiting for, man. I've said it a few times, but the semifinals are honestly what I'm most excited for the Winter Invitational because we're going to see these top dogs take out teams from other groups. So tonight we're blessed with Santa Cruz and the Rochester Institute of Technology. Potentially, we will have a new grand champion, not of the tournament, but of our Winter Invitational.
Yeah.
This is if RIT is going to lose their chance at 5 semesters straight. This is the team that's going to do it, or that has a fantastic chance to take them out.
I agree.
So that's a little extra mustard on this game tonight.
Oh, it's very good.
We've been watching them crush it since the beginning of the Winter Invitational.
Yeah,
maybe
both teams
watch them continue to crush it.
Yeah. So I mean, really, we just want to jump right into the game. So we're gonna be back here in just a few moments. We're gonna put you on a little break. Make sure that we can jump into the lobby here. So don't run away. Don't go too far. We'll be right back.
See you guys soon.
Lately, you feel out of place. You look at me like you could see through me, but I can see better you do. So when you act like you do not know me, I know that you're just playing it cool. I can be your side pick. Can be your side, 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 I can be your side, hey.
All right, so we're already here. Game number 1 between RIT and the Slugs.
Beastmaster ban. Is it gonna happen?
I was just gonna say, have you noticed something about the bans yet?
Beastmaster ban. Is it happening, man?
He's still in?
Now I got some insider info coming to me right now, Ricky. Can I share it? It's a little spicy. Last week I flamed RIT after giving them a lot of praise. I flamed them because Xanthos, a dominant offlane player, the offlane player for the Rochester Institute of Technology, was crushing with Tidehunter, but I said I want to see him play Beastmaster. Now I am lucky enough to have snaked my way into his DMs and his friends list. I saw him practicing Beastmaster.
Ooh, really?
So I'm touching my nose, man. I think we might, man. I hope we get to see a Xanthos Beast. I hope we get to see a Beastmaster specifically.
I mean, let's look at this really quick, right? RIT has first pick. Lich is already out of the pool, which is one of the highest contested first pick heroes in the game currently.
Yep.
So, I mean, I would be shocked if RIT bans Beastmaster right here.
Yeah, they have first pick. Ooh, yeah, so they're thinking about it. And our man Eradicate on the draft, he has put some great, him and his team have put some fantastic drafts together over this season. And I just love watching.
Wow,
that's a hero he's been crushing on too.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's like a staple Eradicate hero.
So, Beastmaster's in.
It's got
Beastmaster's in. I don't even care that my boy Spirit's out. Let's go. Who's taking the Beastmaster?
I mean, that's a fair respect ban on Doggy Spirit.
Yeah, the dog
we
spirit.
saw
like
last time we casted RIT, Doggy kind of crushed it on Earth Spirit. So you gotta give him respect for that ban.
Fancy play after fancy play all day. So going into the first pick. So who are the top offlaners here apart from Beastmaster? Now Tidehunter is very popular. Darkseer has been seeing a lot more play because of his ability to solo the lane. and allow your team the opportunity to get a tri-lane in, aggressive or otherwise.
I don't think you first pick Darkseer. I think it's a mistake.
Okay, but you first pick Grimstroke, apparently.
That's
all right,
fair.
all right. Lich is out, but he's still a very powerful hero.
Yeah,
He has
Grimstroke's
more
very
combos
strong.
than Lich. Now, you know what, actually? Gush with... I mean, it's kind of a silly combo, but Gush with Soulbind is actually kind of scary with the armor changes.
It's really good. And a lot of
And
times
I
what
mean,
we've been
that's
seeing are Tidehunters building like a Vlad's into a medallion. Very
Yeah,
two
playing the armor
cost-effective
game.
items, and you're still so tanky just naturally that you don't really need to do anything but just frontline, reduce armor, and set up kills for your team. And that's all his kit enables him to do right now.
I think so. Actually, Sven was banned. So we're thinking Darkseer, Beastmaster, and Tide are probably the top offlane picks.
Doom. Okay.
Doom actually. Okay, so he
I actually
has
don't like that.
You don't. Well, it does take the Doom away from the Soulbind as a Soulbind ally.
True. I think the reason I was going to say you don't really want to first pick a Darkseer is because you just immediately respond with a Doom pick. It's kind of been the classic of what we've seen. Like if any team decides to pick up the Darkseer, it's going to solo push that off lane, and you're better off just picking a hero that can take advantage of that 1v1, like kind of 1v0 matchup, which would be Doom, allowing him to just go max devour and an early Midas. But Doom doesn't actually do a whole lot in the lane if he's pressured. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, Doom does rely on having a friend in the lane unless he's going in a 1v1 situation, and we have been seeing the tri-lane, the resurgence of the tri-lane. Okay, Winter Wyvern.
That's new.
Used to be a common first phase hero. We're bringing it back to the first phase. It hasn't been popular recently. Now, Grimstroke I like because I do believe he's first phase material. Pick him in the first phase, but he doesn't really reveal anything about your draft.
Yeah,
like it's still wide open. It's just like you just pick a good hero. Yeah.
10 seconds
And you could play him 4, you could play him 5. Not too much has been revealed.
5 seconds.
Now, are we going to see a support and an offlane pick by RIT? Likely, because Santa Cruz has their offlane player, and there's only so many offlane heroes left.
I feel like you've got to pick up Beastmaster, right? Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if they tied as well. Xanthos is proven on that hero.
Yeah. The one thing that's interesting is I'm trying to think how Roar onto a Spirit Link target would work, because I'm not sure if they would get pushed out of the range of Spirit Link before the second Roar would come out.
I think it would have to depend on their distance if they're standing on top of each other. Yeah. All right. Oh, and there's the tie. Okay, so no Beastmaster. We get the consolation prize, and once again seeing Xanthos play the sea monster himself. The monster playing the monster.
Pretty good. It's a good hero.
Pretty good.
They haven't lost with it yet, and when I say they haven't lost with it, they convincingly won with it. So
yes, they are dominators with Big Green Monster.
It makes sense. Stay in your comfort zone right now, right?
For sure. Now, speaking of comfort zone, all of Dota is about to get mixed up with the MMR reset coming. Do you know, has it been announced what day it is? It's coming very soon, isn't it?
It's most like no one really knows what day it is, right? It's just speculation. Valve tends to patch on a Tuesday, so we'll see if they throw it out tomorrow.
Ooh,
but they could do it as late as, Saturday. So we'll see.
And I again, obviously, you don't have the magic globe in front of you, but is it coming with a balance patch? I would have to assume at least to a small extent.
Yep, 7.21 is supposed to launch with it, which is entirely focused on balance changes. Which I'm assuming is going to be fairly hefty. I think that if they were just going to reset MMR, they would have done it before the major.
I guess if they're going to
if it was just minor tweaks. So considering that they didn't, I have to assume it's going to be a pretty big patch.
Yeah. Okay. I like that logic. That's sound. Now, I'm having. Huskar's been taken. That's what a cheesy hero. And Eradicate's insane on it.
Yeah. I was like, do you have any idea why? Yeah, Eradicate.
Well, yeah, so they don't have to ban for Xanthos anymore, even though if they were, they would have been banning. Actually, they banned out Doggy, hey? Tusker Spirit. And now they're going for the Eradicate ban.
The Juggernaut.
He is in every single game right now.
He's probably the most reliable. Juggernaut is a staple in the safe lane. I don't think there's ever been a patch where he's actually been a bad hero. There's just been patches where like some carries are just better than him, but he has always consistently been a very strong safe laner. And right now I think he's accelerated even more.
Well, what I love about him is, so we just moved away from the super lane heavy meta, but Juggernaut's still getting picked for being such a strong laner because of the resurgence of tri lanes, which he can just combo with whatever in, because spin is insane. It doesn't matter who you are, spin is always insane in the before level 6.
Yeah.
And he also people are pushing very quickly. Like, we are seeing games that are less than 30 minutes, and healing ward, that's exactly what it does. He can kill heroes, he can push out waves, and he has a healing ward. He just makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree. He's very reliable.
Very reliable, and on top of it, you can go multiple different builds on him. So he's just super versatile as a carry, right? Like, your skill build can change depending on how the game goes. Your item build can change how the game goes. And I think right now a lot of Juggernauts are skipping the Battle Fury and opting to go more of like either a Maelstrom Yasha or just a straight Yasha into like SNY, or go back for Battle Fury.
What's the point of farming for 20 minutes if you can win the game at 20 minutes?
Yeah, I feel like Juggernaut's a hero that actually benefits from a couple, like maybe a single early game item before like a major farming item. But we'll see.
And a Drow. Once again, the Drow Bane. I just want to see Bane beat someone down with Drow Aura during Nightmare. However, Rubik is a fantastic pick against Bane because you're guaranteed to steal Fiend's Grip. It is one of the easiest steals in the entire game. He's also great against Tidehunter for Ravage. Although I know my boy Xanthos is going to have his finger on Anchor Smash.
Yep.
So if we're talking tri-lanes here, how do you feel about Winter Wyvern, Rubik, Jug versus Grimstroke and Bane as supports for the RIT? Do you think that... I feel like Rubik, he offers a stun, but it's on a long cooldown. He offers AoE damage. I don't think Rubik's bad, but I don't think he's insane. I think Winter Wyvern is, again, he's pretty good, and I think Juggernaut's insane.
Yeah, normally I would say like with Bane and Grimstroke, you have enough escape mechanics. You have the Nightmare normally, you have Grimstroke's Inkswell, so different types of mechanics to move around in the lanes. But Juggernaut's not a hero that can be affected by those. So if Winter Wyvern gets like a decent Splinter Blast into a lift from Rubik, that hero is dead. So if they do decide to tri-lane this, I'd imagine the Slug should win it. One thing to note though, this Drow pick, I'm not sure how many people know the late game matchups between Drow and Juggernaut. Drow is like one of the hardest counters in the game to a Juggernaut, like just damage-wise.
Is it because of Frost Arrow? And he just kills him through spin?
If he spins, you just kill him. She just does pure damage, and Juggernaut isn't that tanky, because he usually relies on armor and magic immunity, and Drow just doesn't care about either. So late game, the damage counter is pretty substantial. Bane also you can Fiend's Grip through BKB,
and through spin.
That's what I mean. So it doesn't really allow Jug to spin TP. So this could be pretty good picks, I think, for RIT.
But what about the matchup between Drow and Winter Wyvern, Ricky? There's some play there.
I don't know if her ult procs on allies. That's the one thing.
But she still does shred.
Oh yeah, she'll have max attack speed.
And Cold Embrace nullify. Oh yeah, it still nullifies. Pure damage, does it go through Cold Embrace?
Oh, because it ignores armor, so it doesn't go through it.
Winter Wyvern used to own Drow, but with the pure damage change, Drow actually can put up a better fight against. Oh my god, Cold Embrace doesn't seem that good anymore.
Well, no, Cold Embrace still works, because Drow just ignores armor, but it still does physical damage. So her ult is essentially pure damage, but it's still treated as physical because it just ignores armor. So it still does, like Winter Wyvern's Cold Embrace will still stop the damage from Drow, which is really good.
Okay. I like it.
What? What?
What?
So
there's the Razor. We have not been seeing this hero do well.
No,
at all.
This hero classically does pretty bad.
Like, we even saw Sogard, who was an insane carry earlier in the Winter Invitational, play his heart out, and it just felt all for naught.
Yeah, he crushed it on the Razor, but it just didn't matter because it's a Razor.
Now, he's going to benefit from the attack speed, and he's going to be able to easily steal damage. Attack speed from Drow and damage steal from Nightmare. And he's going to be controlled by none other than Eradicate, I assume, unless they're going to put Drow mid.
It could be that's the thing, is like Razor or Drow could go mid. And I think it depends on what the Slugs pick, because Razor is really good against Doom. So you might as well just put Razor against Doom and then let the Drow mid, unless they pick a really significant counter mid to the Drow Ranger here. But then you
Now,
also
what
have
would,
to think about what would do bad against, or like what could get countered by the Razor. So this is
and
very
another
heroes.
issue we've seen with many drafts so far is there's only one real damage dealer right now for Santa Cruz, and that's Juggernaut. If Juggernaut dies in a fight, Doom, Rubik, and Winter Wyvern are not going to be able to clean that fight up unless the fight's already over. After Doom's use his ult, for example, there's very low damage coming out for Rubik, Winter Wyvern, and Doom. So Santa Cruz is going to need a hero that can dish out damage with the Juggernaut to
if
ensure
Doom
that
gets
they don't
levels, it could be different. If Doom gets like a really good start and gets levels, has like a Vlad's drums early on, and like manages to get Inferno Blade into max, he could do a significant amount of damage. But then you're still running into a Razor.
Yeah,
And I don't know how you'd manage with that.
Tiny. Okay.
That's a good pick.
Now, how does Razor scale? Because I'm concerned about how this game goes late. It seems like neither team is super scary late. Juggernaut's good late, Drow's good late, but it looks like the other 4 heroes on both teams.
It's Eradicate. Yep, this is exactly what we thought. So yeah, Eradicate Drow mid.
Drow, I like it.
Okay, so this is dope. I think. Dude, shout out to your Rojas Jug there. Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say these are some gorgeous cosmetics. I really like them.
Everyone except this Razor. What is this? Oh, he hasn't locked in yet. Never mind.
Yeah, I would have kicked I would kick Eradicate for Ritz's cosmetics. Xanthos. I mean, Xanthos has proven Xanthos doesn't look the look, but he plays the game.
Yeah, Xanthos has got it. You know what? I think it's got to be Drow mid versus the Tiny, which is gonna suck for Drow.
Yes,
that lane is unwinnable. There's no way.
Eradicate can go anywhere. That's a versatile player.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't want the Razor. Gosh, I actually don't know, man. The thing is, you put Razor safe lane, you snowball the lane, and then Wirt and Grimstroke can rotate. I think that's what you have to do.
I have never felt good about Razor, and I still don't feel good about Razor.
Yeah.
But I want to see it work. But it just, I mean, even the toss is so because Razor is static link. That's what it comes down to. He has some good other spells, but as health pools increase, Razor is static link, and toss breaks the static link.
Yeah.
He does keep it through the spin though.
He's not a hero that necessarily builds damage either, right? He's a hero that builds off his static link and then builds tanky and more initiation/survivability items. So we'll see what happens.
See what Ritz does. But first, let's see who's playing who, Ricky. Shall we introduce the players as we pause the game immediately?
I would love to. And
don't click ready if you're not ready, guys.
Excuse me. I need to pause the game.
Kick,
bathroom
unpause.
break, please. Fire alarms going off in the background.
They're not going to DC. I'm not going to wait.
All right. I guess I'll start with none other. The previous champions, RIT. So we'll. I think we've already talked about it, right? Eradicate playing this Drow Ranger, most likely going in the mid lane. We got Xanthos on the Tidehunter. We've got Ritz on the Razor. We've got Doggy on the Grimstroke, and Wirt playing the Bane. I will say, I feel like I've seen Xanthos, Wirt, Eradicate, and Doggy play all 4 of these heroes in a previous draft.
I definitely, we have seen Xanthos on Tide. This is a staple of RIT now, and you know what? I am not sick of it. I love the Xanthos Tide because he may not have a Heart of Tarrasque in his inventory, but boy, does he have a Heart of Tarrasque in his chest, man. This guy is courageous as heck. Yeah. He's always running and he's always starting fights. He's the body that his team needs to get behind, and with heroes like Drow, and Grimstroke and Bane and even Razor, I think Xanthos is perfect with this draft at RIT together. But let's talk about their opposition, because we've been talking about RIT a lot. We have my man Aroha on one of the most gorgeous juggernauts I have ever seen. That's the Golden Blade and the Arcana. You know, actually, if you take a really close look at this juggernaut, he has 2 more swords. No, he has 3, 4 more. He has 5, 6 more swords apart from the one he's holding in his hand. Look how many swords this guy has. Dude, he's ready to throw down.
He is the Blade Master, so...
Seriously, he also has the Golden Frondillo, respect. Now, do we have an Arcana on Rubik here? My man Gaki Love. Gaki Love is just playing the Black Mage from Final Fantasy. He is not repping the Arcana, but he does have the fancy staff. Next up, we have Ben Bird, BBC, playing Tiny. He may be a tiny hero, but I think he's going to have a large kill streak this game.
Yep.
Doom, the first phase of Doom with the new Immortal and a gorgeous set as well. All the Doom sets are pretty good because they're all very intimidating. I think Doom's a hero where all the sets do stay true to the Dota style, where they don't change him too much except for the Space Marine set from Warhammer. And he's just a good-looking hero.
And a lot of the sets you can mix and
Babag,
match, which is why I really like him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's a very good for mix and matching. That's Babag on Doom. And last, but definitely not least, bringing it back to the first phase of Patches Past, the Winter Wyvern being played by Poxy. And with that, perfect timing, we're going to unpause the game and get into it. So let's take a look at the lanes, because that was something that was, there's a little wiggle room there.
So it looks like we are seeing Eradicate walk down the mid lane here, right? So it is going to be
Perfect.
this Drow Tiny mid matchup, which should favor this Tiny. I mean, if there's anything I know about Dota, having starting damage of 81 and a Quelling Blade seems pretty good.
Quelling Blade and Splash seems okay.
Seems pretty good.
Actually, Drow at 64 with the triple flippers of agility. I like that.
Yeah, she got a lot of damage buff, or not a lot of damage buff, but because of her aura change, they did give her more damage. Eradicate sees the ward. Is he going to deal with it? Maybe
Oh,
he did.
God, look how much damage he's taking.
That was a lot of damage.
3 hits. Go for it. Ben Bird. He's smacking him. Almost at half health now. Top lane, so we're going to see Xanthos get found by Rubik. They're not going to go for the damage. Is this a tri-lane Winter Wyvern top as well? Yes, it is. Okay, so it is a tri-lane, and Word gets the D-Ward bottom, and likely Word is going to go top after securing Bounty Rune's Nightmare. You can't really contest the Bane Nightmare unless you have a second hero to break it.
Yeah, Iroha just taunting on the rune here.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You don't fight Juggernaut early on. Spin just to pretty much take you full to nothing.
There's no way.
Oh, and here we are. There's the Inkswell going for the double stun. It's not going to hit Juggernaut because he's spinning. Doggy's taking an absolute ton of damage from both Spin and from Arctic Burn. Xanthos as well. Very, very low.
They just did not focus target. Poxy was on the Grimstroke and Juggernaut was on the Grimstroke. Or, what? Was on the Tide. I don't know what I'm saying.
I think that's honestly worth it. That's 200 net worth down with the salves, and they got both bounty runes.
Yeah, you're right. It's a huge win for them. They probably could have been first blood, but it's alright. Overall, a net worth win is still really good.
And there's only a 17-second cooldown on not Cold Embrace, rather, on Arctic Burn before they can do that again.
Weird decision by Benbird to keep his original tree that he had. I feel like he should have just thrown it and picked up a new tree, because he only had 2 attacks left, and then it's already gone. And it allowed Eradicate, actually, to not get denied.
Ah, that's a good catch, actually. God, Wirt is just zones out the Doom. I think the top lane will definitely be our action lane here, and I wouldn't be surprised if Wirt makes a move to bottom after setting Xanthos up for a strong start.
That's what I was saying.
Rather...
Yeah, I was going to say, this lane, this Razor into Doom is like heavily Razor favored, so he should be able to just leave on the Bane here eventually and either try and set up kills mid or just try and make a better lane for this Tidehunter top.
And I do like kind of that drafting style too, where the offlaners are picked in the first phase, so you can you know you're gonna aggro. Actually, no, there we go. Gakilov came bottom. We're gonna see a 2-1-2 switch.
So
all right,
a little interesting choice. I think they know that they have to kind of have a decent lane here for Doom. Otherwise, and
it is a way to break static link with the telekinesis. Very reliable way to break static link.
Yeah,
especially with the Nightmare. Turn Nightmare and static link. Very easy static link combo. We're just doing a great job of getting attention from the bottom in order to ensure that Ritz is getting CS. Now, Xanthos went Kraken Shell at level 1. At level 2, we're going to probably see him have a little bit more fun here with Anchor Smash. How do you feel about Grimstroke in a lane against Juggernaut, though?
It's not the best.
Well,
yeah, Inkswell is just not reliable, so I think you have, unless you get a silence, so you'd actually have to like max Phantoms.
Oh, here we go. Bottom lane, the static link. There is a Fade Bolt shortly from Gakilov, getting Wirt very low. He's going to steal some health, and Ritz takes first blood on Rubik, stealing 56 bonus damage, and Wirt makes it away safely. And that's the combo. You need someone to break the Nightmare, and even if you do break the Nightmare, you still need to have the movement speed to get away from the static link. Yeah, they can do that over and over and over again.
That's exactly why they brought Rubik down here, but then, top lane, Iroha manages to find the kill
Yeah,
onto
there's
Doggy. Just like I said, the Arctic Burn spin, or he didn't even have to use Splinter Blast, it looks like. It's just, it's a lot of damage coming out of those two heroes, so.
Yep. Juggernaut gets on top of you. You're not going to get away unless you have an ability that gets you away, or you have boots and he doesn't. And Arctic Burn is a long duration slow, so just kept him right there. Also offers a lot of damage. RIT is actually quite low bottom and low on mana, so this is a great opportunity for Santa Cruz to get into the bottom lane and get some CS.
Like Ward's gonna get a pull off here too. The thing that was interesting, what I was gonna say is, like Rubik, yes, very good at breaking the static link, but he wasn't level 2 yet. He only had the 1 point in his Fade Bolt, so he didn't have the telekinesis yet to break the static link, and then he was the one who got slept anyway. So as long as Word manages to find the Rubik, they're gonna get a full duration static link every time.
Actually, top lane, we're going to see the Cold Embrace go off on Xanthos. Is there going to be a spin to follow it up? It looks like Aroha's just going to hit him with the crits, chop him right up, and they do a lot of damage to the sea monster. Xanthos getting pushed out of lane, although he's regenning at 12 a second with a Tango. Bottom lane, we have a static link from Gaki Love. They're going to throw away Razor. He manages to only steal 28 damage, and he's going to return to lane, use that damage to CS rather than to slay. Rune will be secured bottom by a Doom, regeneration.
That's really good for me.
Oh, actually, Gaki
no.
Love gets slept again. There's no static link, though. We're just going to do some damage through the Nightmare. Gaki Love's run to his boy Doom is full health, full mana. Gaki Love gets taken out. Word actually taking the last hit with Brain Sap, level 2, and now they're going to push Doom out of lane. So bottom lane is going in RIT's favor, but top lane, Cold Embrace Spin is keeping Santa Cruz in the game. Juggernaut second on CS behind Tiny.
Yeah, I was like, can we just look at the Tiny versus Drow matchup here? 23-11 versus 8-2. When I said this matchup is impossible, I actually mean it's impossible. Like, you can't CS on Drow.
The lowest creep score of every core right now for Eradicate mid. That is not something you will see very often.
And that's so opposite from what we see from Eradicate normally, right? He usually wins his lanes pretty substantially, but this is
actually
just...
top bounty rune. There's a little battle going on here.
I think Winter
Okay,
Wyvern
he's gonna
actually might be able to kill Doggy here. Yeah.
Who's the clicker? Doggy got it.
Yeah, so Doggy got it, and he actually pulled the creeps over, allowing for a level 2 Splinter Blast to set up the kill, so...
Ugh, unfortunate. But Xanthos does secure his. And look at this, Proxy's gonna go mid actually and set up a kill on Eradicate, and there's no vision.
Grimstroke coming
So
back.
this has to just be communication.
They really want to get this Doom.
Yeah.
Do they
So
see
Doom's
this?
working
They do
with
not.
the Swiftness aura. Not that impressive. Alright, any action going on here bottom? Looks like Works wants to get a sleep off. There's a static link. They're going to put Doom to sleep. Telekinesis throws him away, but it's not far enough to break it. Now Doggy is here with the Ink Swell. It's going to follow the static link up with a stun and a silence on Doom. Now that all his damage has been taken, he is going to take a lot of damage. Now Gaki Love is in trouble. The silence has been refreshed because it went full duration. And one more hit from Ritz will take him out, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it.
Wirt actually body blocked his Razor there. Mid lane.
Unfortunate.
Is he going to make the gank? No. He doesn't see the Wyvern, but he's still really afraid.
And does Benbird does have the mana? Yeah, Benbird does. He has a Soul Ring. And this is going to leave Xanthos versus Aroha top. Classic Tide Juggernaut one-on-one lane. Now Xanthos is doing a good job holding his own here.
Yeah, I mean, Tide does beat the Juggernaut 1v1, just because he doesn't have to worry too much about getting harassed. Like, he's overall pretty tanky. If he does spin, you can just kind of walk it off. He did go phase boots.
Actually, Proxy misses the attack with Cold Embrace. That's a 50-second cooldown for only one auto attack of damage on Tide.
Yeah.
Okay, are we going to see... God, Word is doing a very good job on Bane pressuring.
Coming
And I
bottom,
love how
maybe
aggressive
set
you
this
can be
up.
with Brain Snap.
He baiting?
It looks like this is really close to their tower. There is the Nightmare. Look at how
Really good two-man as well.
Ritz gets right on top of him because he knows the telekinesis is coming. Seals the damage, takes out the Doom. Now Winter Wyvern is here, and so is Tiny on Benbird. Doggy is in a lot of trouble. Word's going to get taken out. No, Word gets the Brain Sap off to keep him alive a little bit longer, but he'll be taken out by the store. And Benbird just slaughtered Doggy. He just had a tree and just beat him down into a pulp. But
Yeah.
look at mid lane.
That's a really good
That's
rotation.
time for Eradicate. I like that, and that's what you need from heroes like Tiny. Heroes that are very powerful fighters early on to get them being mobile. And he went down, and that turned into 2 kills.
So they just saw Ward get placed here, so Ward's going to TP and get a free D ward. He's happy about that.
Yeah.
And this is really important because this is Drow's livelihood, essentially. This jungle needs to be very heavily defended.
I mean, she's not farming in lane.
Yeah, so she got her level 6. all you need to do essentially at this point is just kind of rotate to the jungle each creep wave, kind of like the classic Shadow Fiend, right? Where you just kind of rotate.
Actually, bottom lane, we're seeing Gaki Love loses damage and about to lose his life. Oh, the cold embrace. Ritz goes for the max range plasma field and takes him out.
Word, I think, should be fine here. I don't think Doom's fast enough to close that gap, and is just going to walk away. There is a double damage in the bot rune here.
But it
Benbird gonna not be able to get it. Grimstroke should be able to snipe this.
why is the great job by Dog? Why is the jungle so important for Drow? She is a quick farmer, isn't she? As long as she has access to the jungle.
Yeah, so she's arguably one of the fastest farmers in the game right now. As soon as she hits level at level 6, because she just has the chance to immediately kill the creep, right? So you can kind of just rotate to an ancient camp, and on average, you'll kill the ancient camp within 20 seconds. Which, there's not really any other heroes in the game that can do that at level 6.
Proxy's been found by 2 supports. We're going to see an Inkswell to follow this up. Rubik is here, Gaki Love. The telekinesis goes out, but the Inkswell still hits on Poxy. He's going to use Cold Embrace, and Splinter Blast is hitting every button he can. He does get the Cold Embrace, rather. He used the Arctic Burn. However, Ritz, well left alone, kills the offlaner. Now, Doggy's going to miss the Stroke of Fate, but Wirt's going to put Winter Wyvern to sleep, beat him down. Ritz shows up. Ritz has 112 damage stolen right now. And they're just going to back right on up.
This situation that's kind of unfolded here heavily favors RIT. Xanthos has completely equalized the top lane. He's actually beating the Juggernaut in farm.
I was just going to say, he's doing a fantastic job.
Eradicate's completely caught up, for the most part. Not necessarily in net worth, but in CS. And bot lane, your Razor is just snowballing out of control. This Doom has almost nothing. So the last like 4 minutes have gone really in favor of RIT. It started out pretty bad for them, but I guess Santa Cruz wasn't really able to capitalize on the situations.
Well, check out the levels. Once RIT got levels, they kept getting them. That's a level 4 Doom versus a level 6 Razor in the bottom lane. And
Compared
as you said, Eradicate's going to go right
on
into
the
the
other
jungle.
side.
All right, here we go. Ritz is getting Arctic Burn, and again, Arctic Burn's on cooldown. That's a very long cooldown, and RIT might take this opportunity to look for a kill.
So Drow is the same net worth as Tiny now.
Oh my god, and what is the CS looking? Well, I guess Drow is going to be inflated because of the jungle.
But I mean,
Tiny's still top on CS, but
she never died, which is huge. Like, Benbird never actually was able to get a kill onto this Drow, which is so important. You should be able to kind of, I don't really want to say take advantage of your lead, but if you're that far ahead, spending a little bit of mana to try and push Drow out of lane completely, or even set up a kill should be like in your priority there for sure.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, Tiny likes to kill people, and Drow is a very fragile hero.
Yeah.
Blast Cannon. Now, Xanthos is just holding Ravage. He does have a Vlad's, and FaZe was picked up, sitting at him at 13 armor.
Got dove top mid.
There it is.
I was literally just talking about this. Look away from the lane for 2 seconds, and he gets out.
You're a prophet.
So
now Xanthos, this is a kind of a. Do you think this is stressful for Xanthos? He's doing well in lane, but he's holding on to Ravage. Do you think Xanthos wants to leave the lane, or do you think someone wants to come to Xanthos' lane to put Ravage on cooldown? Or are they content just having Xanthos farm a little bit faster than Jug, but overall both heroes are getting something out of the lane?
I think you need to give the Jug the solo experience. Because Jug's not really... He's not threatened to... He's not in...
Actually, Xanthos going mid now because there is a Benbird chasing Doggy through the jungle. Doggy puts him to sleep, follows up with the Inkswell. Benbird having a hard time getting rid of the Spirit because of his slow attack speed. Now Xanthos has shown up, he's thrown away. Great play by Benbird, trying to buy himself some time. Is it going to be enough? Eradicate gets another Frost Arrow on Benbird. Xanthos is going to smash him with the Anchor.
That's a pretty big deal. Tiny dying right here is really bad. Like, he needs to be the one making space for his team, finding kills. Like, he's the only one who can really kill a hero right now besides the...
Doom still doesn't even have his ult. He's just still in the laning phase, while Ritz is level 7.
Yeah.
Bane and Doom are going to get their ult at about the same time.
He's wrapping around bottom, though. Xanthos has Ravage. Is he coming in?
Yes, here it is. Put to sleep. Xanthos gets the Inkswell. They're just going to end up taking Gaki Love because he's put to sleep, and Doom will back off. 4 heroes committed bottom from RIT. It looks like they're going to try and mount a push with Ravage. However, look at Juggernaut top lane.
Yeah, I was like, that's just the threat of Ravage, but leaving this Juggernaut is actually pretty nice for Santa Cruz here. He is super content pushing this tower and getting his farm. It looks like he is going to opt to go to the Battle Fury first, which is a little interesting. Looks like we might be having an engagement bottom here soon. Looks like Santa Cruz is going to back up Blood Mountain Tower.
Yeah, they're going to give up on that one. And a great fortification used both to push out bottom and defend top from RIT. Now we're turning top. We're going to see oh, I like this. We're going to see some damage stolen from Aroha. Actually, bottom lane, we're going to see Benbird kill Doggy once again.
Yeah.
Now, Xanthos is the one in trouble. However, there's no Doom to be committed. Xanthos will turn and start smashing on Doom. Buying Eradicate a little bit of time to show in lane.
Right now. He just hit level 6. It's a pretty big deal if he finds him.
Yeah, what's Juggernaut going to do? He can't even spin away.
Yeah.
Because Fiendster goes through.
If he doesn't have, if he's like down half his mana, you might be able to him, but he does have 10 stick wand charges or 10 wand charges, so you can always spin TP after if he needs to. But Rit's just gonna pressure the top tower. And,
yeah, he doesn't even have a choice though, because he'll have his damage being sapped during the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now Ritz went for the drum first. I like that. Another Auras.
I was just about to mention that. That's what I was going to say. One thing we've noticed a lot are these teams opting for these aura items, and Doom opting for his own Vlads, but not nearly as farmed as the Tidehunter.
Word found him, but it looks like Wirt's in danger here. 2 supports very deep on Santa Cruz's line. The Soulbind's going to come out, followed by the Phantom Embrace, but it's just going to mean that Bane is destroyed. Doggy actually having to use Inkswell for the speed boost defensively. Santa Cruz will turn that into a quick shrine. He's going to throw. Yeah, he's going to. Oh, he actually has the blink. And Doggy, once again, looks like he's going to fall to Benbird. He is taken out.
Yeah, so Benbird, that was his blink reveal. Gets both supports with it, which is pretty valuable. It's not finding a core kill, but you got to take that for sure.
It's 14 minutes. You have a blink on Tiny. You're just happy to get a kill because that's what you're going to do over and over again. Yep, they're going to chase him down. They're stealing his damage. The drum speed is being put to work here because even Doom with Scorched Earth can't get away from him. Ritz having absolutely no problem. A monster just chased him down, a Predator. But now, speaking of a chase, Eradicate in the jungle. They're going to have a Rubik. They're going to throw Gaki Love. No, Great Silence comes out, and looks like they're going to back up as everyone teleports to the shrine. Xanthos with the Ravage. Xanthos is then silenced by a great steal. Now, Fiend's Group finally comes out, but is countered by the Winter's Curse, and it looks like, no, that's your teammate. They destroy Bane. Benbird is silenced up, and Xanthos and Ritz are going to chase. Ravage is going to connect on 2. Benbird is getting chased down. They decide they do not want the Winter Wyvern. They want the mid player. Benbird tosses Tide back, but to no avail. He is taken out. Juggernaut doing a lot of damage with Omni Slash, but not enough to finish anyone off. However, Eradicate is in a dangerous spot, and the Winter Wyvern they let get away turns and kills the mid player Eradicate. Now Aroha getting very aggressive. He drops the healing ward to keep himself alive, but Doggy, fantastic job, takes it out, and Aroha takes out Xanthos, the beast himself. Ritz very low, muted and doomed. They hit the shrine. Doom is going to go down in a couple seconds. He has static link up. There's the Inkswell. There's no spell left on Aroha except for the spin. Does a great job dodging the Inkswell, and Ritz is taken out. Now a Soulbind comes up. Phantom Embrace is actually going to secure the kill on Winter Wyvern. He's unable to get the Cold Embrace, but Doggy being pursued. Now, Phantom's Embrace with the Nightmare. 2 supports though, no damage, and we're going to see a Phantom's Embrace stole for
Gaki
Love.
That fight went on forever.
I love that. This is why these teams are undefeated, because of these insane fights back and forth. The Winter Wyvern, the great call from RIT to leave the Winter Wyvern, go for the mid player, who is a much higher priority. But because they left the Winter Wyvern, Wyvern was able to turn around and finish off Eradicate. I love these. We're in for a game, Ricky.
This is really close.
This is 16 minutes in.
16 minutes in, less than 1,000 gold league for RIT. Like if we just look at net worth here, it went a little bit in favor of RIT. That fight definitely brought it back to the even. And
top lane Eradicate is slaughtering Poxy. Oh my god! Before the gust even ended, Eradicate just ripped him. He melted the Frosty Wyvern. But look at that trade, dude. This is a back and forth game.
And bot lane, they did get the tower for Dire, so that's gone now too.
Exactly. And now mid lane though. RIT striking back. You want to take one of our towers? We'll take one too.
There's still the tower top. Doom TPing in. Look like he's going to try and defend this. Do they
Doom's
have
by
vision of
himself.
it yet? They do not.
They just barely don't see him.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, Aroha once again showing how powerful Juggernaut is. With Fortify Creep Wave, he's going to spin and take it out. If left... Oh no, Aroha's going to show up. We're going to have another team fight. Okay, there is no Ravage for 25 seconds. There's no Doom for 35. This is the Xanthos we love. He goes right in with the Gust. Now he gets Phantom's Embrace. He's going to get Telekinesis. A lot of spells being committed to Xanthos, and he's not even at half health left. Doom is taken out, and now Doggy pursuing. The tower is gone, and Gaki Love is on hiding. Doggy manages to find him, and Ritz is here. Hopefully Ritz gets this last hit. No, Doggy takes it. He wants revenge. Aroha actually teleported top, realized it wasn't a good call, and he backed out to go and farm the jungle. And we see Benbird again makes the same call. This isn't the fight I want. He's going to farm out mid. But Xanthos with Ravage off cooldown picked up a Blink Dagger. Do you think RIT is going to keep the pressure up? They have every single ultimate available.
I think you continue push right now. I think you have to.
As four, and yeah,
you want to play with this Ravage for sure.
Now, what's the vision game looking like? Very defensive ward by Santa Cruz in their jungle. No one really knows where the other team is right now.
Good D ward there by Poxy.
However, look at the mid lane. Because Benbird decided to push mid, RIT had to back out. They have to fix this mid lane equilibrium before they try anything. Xanthos very close to 12. He is kind of revealing his Blink Dagger right now. They should be able to see it. Xanthos might wait for level 2 Ravage before he goes for the Blink. And Aroha's doing a fantastic job split pushing.
They just
getting a lot of farm and
and
keeping a lot of pressure.
They're going to walk right into this Tidehunter. They don't see him yet.
Uh-oh, it's popped by Xanthos.
And he blinks out.
Scorched Earth and a smoke committed for nothing, and now we're going to see pings go out for Ritz. Ritz is actually dangerously close. Here comes Benbird. He gets the avalanche. His damage is being sapped, but a lot of Benbird's damage comes from the spell. A great blink, actually, from Benbird. Breaks the static link. Ritz is going to throw Plasma Field in desperation, and a Gust connects on 2. Now, the Cold Embrace on the backline isn't going to do very much, and there's Xanthos with the blink into the Ravage. The support players are getting destroyed. The offlane players are getting exploited, but Benbird on the backline finishes off work. Eradicate is now safe as a sleeping Tiny is surrounded by RIT. There is a TP out. They have no way to interrupt it. What a great TP. Now, work did fall.
Oh my gosh. So, Santa Cruz should have won that fight, but what happened was on the back
what was the big butt?
The big butt was the Winter's the Winter's Curse into the Omni Slash. So the Winter's Curse actually soaked the entire damage of the Juggernaut Omni Slash, which is
my god,
pretty unfortunate. So that fight would have been very different. Eradicate would have died very early on, and yikes. So maybe they don't do that later. Later they don't, make that mistake later on. This is definitely a learning experience for them.
Yeah, that's a communication issue. That is a mistake that should only be made once.
Yeah.
It should not be made more than once, rather.
They're about to smoke again.
Okay, I like it. Now, there's no vision. RIT doesn't know. Well, Tiny, what's Tiny's downtime? It's only 22 seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, 14 seconds on Avalanche. That's his longest cooldown that he needs to kill someone.
They don't see them here yet.
They don't want words. What do we have?
They want Ritz.
All right, smoke is popped on Winter Wyvern. Ritz gets gone on. There's a great Avalanche toss combo. They take out Bane, and now a doomed... Oh my god. They erased them. Yeah. That's the smoke ink we're looking for. That opens up the mid-tower push. But on the top lane, Aroha... No, it's just Aroha and Xanthos. They're returning to the laning phase.
One thing we talked about for a Juggernaut was a lot of them are opting to get like one early game item into maybe a Battle Fury if they want to go back for it, and that's exactly what Aroha did here. Picked up a Yasha, and then is now opting... Wow, Xanthos actually blew his Blink Dagger, but... Oh my gosh, that Drow.
Oh my god! Okay, Drow, though, is in trouble. Eradicate here. Benbird gets tossed back into a very dangerous spot. Gaki with the Soulbind?
Yeah, stole it, apparently.
That's a great spell. Okay, Eradicate is taken down, and a mid-tier 2 is taken out. Santa Cruz. This is
really well. That was a lot of gold.
The momentum they're getting from Benbird, they're using extremely well, putting pressure on RIT. They have now taken the gold advantage back in their favor. It is less than 1,000, but that's less than 1,000 in their favor. Santa Cruz sets their sights on the T1 top, which they do have sight of because of a great ward.
They definitely
and Doggy might be dead here.
Benbird's
going Here we go. Benbird sees Doggy. He found his prey. The Inkswell comes out, but I don't even know if he's going to get it off. Benbird smacks him. All right, the Inkswell gets off. The Phantom's embraces here. And Benbird is...
Tree toss charges, or else Doggy, I think, dies there.
I mean, no, yeah, now Doggy, they're still going to lose their tower. Unfortunately, Benbird did not get another kill. What's he looking like right now? 7 kills. That's a tiny game.
Happy. And
but there's also 7 kills on Ritz.
Top of the net worth now. He's feeling pretty happy. He's a hero that accelerates farm way faster than the safe lane.
Eradicate's leading this charge. Oh my god, Xanthos. Poxy has been... Oh no, he gets the Cold Embrace off, even with the minus armor. And he gets killed. So we can confirm, as you were pointing out earlier, marksmanship does not break Cold Embrace. It's a little bit of a funky interaction, but Winter Wyvern still fills that role as a Drow counter.
Yeah.
Not only using Drow against Drow's teammates, but stopping the insane physical damage that Drow can pump out.
So RIT looks like they're just going to take this top lane, and Santa Cruz not opting to fight. I think they know Ravage has to be up.
Look at this creep way bottom, though.
Yeah, maybe they just go for the bot tower instead.
Mm-hmm.
This Drow lineup will be pushing and taking towers very quick, very soon.
And that's the Xanthos build. Vladimir's offering Medallion of Courage. He'll get the... now he's still a ways away from level 20 where he gets the Gush. Now, you go 40 XP at 15 on Tidehunter, right? You must, because look how good his other talents are.
Yeah, the damage reduction is like... It's a good talent, but experience is way more valuable on that hero. The cooldown reduction as well as the gush armor are probably some of the best talents that you can pick up on that hero.
Mm-hmm.
And even if he doesn't go gust armor, like the damage block is still pretty good as well. But I think with the amount of physical damage that they have, if you can reduce armor even more, that Drow Tidehunter combo just becomes way stronger than before.
Mm. Well, the illusion that Benbird actually committed to pushing bot backfired as Razor's sitting on plus 224 damage, and he's beating creep waves.
There you go, that feels good.
Mm-hmm. And now the game has finally slowed down a little bit, giving us a second to take a breather. But is there any crazy item pickups we're going to see here?
Well, Juggernaut picked up his Battle Fury a couple minutes ago, so his farm is just he's totally fine with just continuing to farm right now. He actually
just queued up a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, he's almost got his Manta first though, so he's definitely gonna finish this Manta, then pick up Blink, I think.
And that's to get on top of the Drow, and to get potentially away from the Static Link if he can.
The back end. Yeah, there's a lot of things that he can get away from with a Blink Dagger, but you can also just get on top of a hero and kill it. Grimstroke doesn't really have a way of dealing with Juggernaut.
Because the Grimstroke ink swells and you just spin, and he has to get the Phantom Embrace, but Juggernaut's insane attack speed really doesn't care about Phantom's Embrace.
Yeah, and you can also deal with Bane. Like, Bane will Nightmare himself, but it doesn't matter. Like, you'll just keep getting hit eventually. It'll break.
What's up with Enfeeble and Static Link? Does it work the way I think it works?
I don't think so.
Would that be insane?
It does not.
Here we have RIT with plus 1,000 damage.
I don't think it does. That'd be pretty funny. But no, I don't. The only way it would work is if it drained faster. Like, you just drained more, but it doesn't work. I don't think it works that way because Static Link is like more of a buff for Razor than it is a debuff on an ally. Or an enemy.
I see. See, now Shadowblade picked up on Tiny and a smoke from UCSC. Every spell in the game is available. Crimson Guard Vlad's on Doom, so he is the Aura bot. He is the one that Santa Cruz wants to 5-man around. Now, Wirt pops the smoke. They know something's up, but they are unable to get a kill out of it. However, with many smoked players remaining, Santa Cruz is going to continue on. Look at the movement speed on Benbird. Okay, here we go. Doggy once again is found out by Benbird. Doggy is deleted. They're fighting on top of the shrine, but they have a great initiation. However, the counter initiation Fiend's Grip comes out on Juggernaut, who is saved by the Cold Embrace. A Ravage is going to turn this in the favor of RIT, who are looking to fight on the shrine and eliminate Santa Cruz. Now, Juggernaut makes it away. Doom makes it away, and there is the Cold Embrace. We are going to see Xanthos, the monster himself, taken down by his teammates. Eradicate and Ritz have been caught in the same avalanche. Ritz has been doomed up. Wyvern is taken out, which isn't the high priority target they want, and Eradicate and Ritz seemingly in danger. Turn and fight. They, with their back to the wall, are not scared. Benbird is dropped by Eradicate on the back line. Wirt puts himself to sleep to try and stay alive, and once again, Eradicate takes another big, massive hero out. Very low HP, Eradicate might take out. No, Eradicate makes it away with less than 50 HP. Shadowblade is up. Eradicate likely just going to go somewhere safe.
What a fight.
Fantastic back and forth. Now, they eliminated Doggy, but decided to continue fighting on top of the shrine, which is very dangerous. Fiend's Grip slowed down that fight and let Xanthos set up, but then Xanthos and Ritz were taken out. Who overall do you think that fight favored?
I think it favors RIT, most likely because I think Santa Cruz right now should be able to push the momentum and take these fights. I think the real kind of key point of that fight is the full duration Fiend's Grip onto the Juggernaut with a full duration Static Link. So he actually just can't Omni Slash, right? Because it is just damage based. So if he goes to Omni Slash, he's going to be hitting people for like 50 damage, and it's not important. So he actually has to leave the fight until the Static Link buff is gone, and then come back in. So if he gets the Omni Slash off, I think that fight heavily favors Santa Cruz. They probably go 4 kills to 1 maybe, instead of going 4-4, so...
Static Link is a very interesting hack they're playing around with Wild. Now, Benbird, once again, and not Smoke, but with the Shadow Blade, he is going to find Xanthos. That is the least likely target for him to go on. Instead, he's going to gank a Creep Wave.
Benbird is out for blood, man. He is playing this Tiny so well.
I love it. I love how aggressive he's being, and it's putting a ton of pressure on RIT. Both mid and bot lane are pushed in. However, Eradicate not going to roll over, pushing out top lane, and Eradicate has picked up a Daedalus.
That's really good.
Okay, Roshan is the target that Santa Cruz wants.
So, Eradicate's just going to be sitting on the back lane.
Poxy, before Glimmer Cape could even turn on, Ritz had killed him with no static link.
RIT have no idea this is happening. They don't have any wards up there. They just randomly came across Poxy bottom, so...
Yep.
I
mean, that might have been intentional to have Poxy showdown there.
Yeah.
And draw their attention away, because that's a Roshan, and that's picked up on Aroha. Aroha's the hero, right?
Yeah, he has his Blink Dagger too, so one of the things we talked about is him being able to get into the back line and get some kills. If he had his Blink in that last fight, there's no way he gets Fiend Grip. He just blinks on top of the Bane, Tiny, and Drow, and just presses R, gets like at least a kill with the Omni Slash. So the fight is very different when he has this item, and it'll be interesting to see how he plays with it.
Now, Aroha's also top net worth in the game, followed closely by Bane or Drow and Razor. And look at Benbird. Although Benbird's deadly, he is falling off on net worth, however, still ahead of Xanthos.
Yeah, that's kind of how Tiny works, right? You spend a lot of time roaming and ganking instead of farming, versus the heroes like Juggernaut, who kind of just show up to a fight and are farming during, like, in the meantime, in that downtime. Similar to Razor. Razor normally will just be roaming, looking for fights, and Drow's kind of the farmer. But Ritz has been playing in a lot more of a farming hero this time, and you can because you have the Drow aura. He farms a lot faster. Normally, you can't do that.
Saw him farm Poxy bottom, killed him in 2 seconds, and now there's a smoke. With Benbird showing on the map, Santa Cruz offs the smoke, trying to give RIT a false sense of security. RIT apparently has no idea. No, RIT is backing up, being very smart. Is Ritz going to be found? No.
They see work.
Now, they see the Bane. Once again, Benbird finds a support hero. He's going to take him out. Phantom Embrace comes up. Tiny with his low attack speed. Use Rubik to help get rid of it.
Mid, but there's no way they can do anything. He's got BKB
Yeah, unless there's a blink toss back. No. Can you turn a Bane kill into a tower?
Look,
actually, yeah, look at Eradicate.
Eradicate's pushing your high ground.
Doom? Does Doom have a blink to get on top of him? No, he does not.
He's auras.
Eradicate backs out.
So... not much you can do there. He's gonna get the TP out before Rubik gets
Doom has picked up his pack leader aura from the Alpha Wolf as well.
That's pretty solid. Vlad's plus pack leader is a lot of damage.
Oh yeah, especially on a Tiny. Woo! He's gonna get some crazy.
If they get to the high ground with the tree and Doom is there with them, that he's gonna hit each tower for like 200 plus damage each attack.
Oh yeah. He is a very deadly fellow. He's picked up level 20 now. Tree grab cooldown. I like that. Now, what did Eradicate go for at level 20? The Gust Silence Duration. I really, really like that because that means both Tiny and Juggernaut are very susceptible when they don't have their spells up. Because Tiny relies on his spells for damage, and Juggernaut relies on his Omni Slash and his spin for damage immunity.
For Doom. She's gonna find him. She's got backup. There's definitely gonna set.
Oh yeah.
Should be a kill
and
for sure.
Silence. Phantom's Embrace, double silence. The Xanthos Embrace. He's done. Ink's killed before Inkswell could even go off.
I mean, a 9-second silence is really a long time.
It's a pretty good time. Now, Benbird, though, look where he is. But Xanthos is not the target he wants.
No, he needs to get on top of the draw if they want to make a kill here. And I think he knows that.
And I think he might be able to pull it off with this great position. And
nope.
something gonna look at mid lane.
Knowing not to extend there.
Eradicate's gonna teleport back.
This Drow talent basically forces the Santa Cruz lineup to get items that will allow them to get out of silence, right? Like, if you're Doom, you have to find a way to get out of silence. So he's going to go straight BKB after that. He queues it up right away. Juggernaut already has his Manta style, so he's fine. But
now, Tiny wants to go AC first, which, do you agree with that?
I don't think he can. I think he has to get BKB.
BKB seems a lot more effective this game. Actually, speaking of effectiveness, have they been able to use the Aegis? They have not.
No. Still on Juggernaut.
Okay, they're running out of time here.
He did pick up a Basher, though, so he does have a Skull Basher. That's really...
And that's with the Blink Dagger. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's really good. Xanthos is almost completed his Guardian Greaves.
Oh, you know what's kind of neat? Enfeeble is now stealing attack speed because of the level 15 talent on Bane. The Enfeeble Phantom's Embrace combo is pretty crazy. Because you're not going to be able to kill the Phantom's Embrace with low attack speed, and Tiny also does suffer from very low attack speed, just inherently.
Yeah, he also gains a lot of attack speed from the Drow aura, so it's actually, I think, a pretty bad talent most of the time. I think the experience gain on that hero is really good.
Oh yeah. This game, though, we're going to see it shine.
Yeah, so this is a game where it actually works out pretty well. Drow picked up a BKB as well, something that we hadn't pointed out. It got delivered maybe a minute ago. So RIT looks like they're getting ready to take these fights.
Yeah, and I'm worrying for the Tiny. The Gusk is potentially a huge deal if Tiny is caught. However, Tiny will likely be part of the initiation. He can Shadow Blade away. There's quite a lot of play and counterplay around the Gust, messing up Tiny in these fights. We'll see how that goes. This is going to be a fight of finesse, as we've been seeing all game.
Yep.
Now, I don't think RIT will defend the T2 because the Aegis is still present in Juggernaut's inventory. We're going to go ahead and unpause. We actually see a ping come out bottom with Eradicate split pushing on Drow. Check out the net worth also.
Call. Sorry, someone had to go to the bathroom, so that's a bladder issue, of course. Classic CSL. What do I think of the Juggernaut?
Eradicate just split pushing. You know, bringing an entire team and an Aegis to take top. Yes, obviously effective. But when the entire team is committed top, why not just have Drow go take bottom?
Yeah, Drow doesn't need to be at defenses unless it's the high ground.
Yeah, she just
I
needs
think
to
if
be
you're
alive.
RIT, it's too risky to take a fight outside of the base right now. Because if you do lose it, you have long cooldown ultimates, and then Santa Cruz will just walk into your high ground. And if Tiny gets to your base, it's going to die really fast. So what RIT really wants to do is kind of just put pressure on the opposite side of the map. So Eradicate doing a really good job, just split pushing. Wherever Santa Cruz shows up, he goes to the opposite side.
And yeah, now they just backed right out.
So they get a tier 2, which is overall a win for Santa Cruz. They don't lose their tower bottom, and then they just return to farming.
Yeah, game has slowed down. Now I'm concerned for RIT because I really like how Tiny is going to scale. I mean, Assault Curse is great, but when Tiny gets BKB, I think he's very deadly, and that's going to buy him many more minutes. Tiny is a hero that suffers from falling off in the late game due to a lack of inventory slots and susceptibility to being kited. But if he gets his BKB as late as it seems, having 10-second BKB at 40 minutes is extremely dangerous for the Rochester 2 technology.
Yeah, and he's got his AC now, so it's not like he isn't going to be getting that BKB relatively soon. Like he's farming really well. For a lot of Tinies, what we see is the exact opposite. They spend a lot of time ganking, not really accelerating their net worth, and he's doing a good job at both.
Well, Eradicate once again will be the eyes of RIT. A very dangerous scout as he just sneaks in and ganks the jungle.
Someone we haven't talked about a lot this game is Doom since the laning stage. I mean, he's almost got his BKB, but for someone with the Devour gold bonus, he's keeping Devour off cooldown quite a bit.
Grant, it would be rolling in his grave right now. This is similar to buying the Midas and not using it.
I play Doom a lot. He's one of my most played heroes. That talent
there we go.
equates to 220 GPM.
How did Doom just devour the Dark Troll Summoner without stealing his spell?
So it now has a toggable. So Devour, when it's on autocast, actually top lane, we'll come back to that top lane.
Okay, yeah, let's check out top lane. Eradicate. The engage into the disengage.
I'm going to get the disengage. So it looks like they're going to back out. The way Doom's... Oh, am I wrong? Great play forward by the Rubik.
Actually catches Doggy. Phantom Embrace comes out. Another support DP's in. Foxy catches nobody. And there is Xanthos. BKB on Ritz followed up. Oh, and there's the 9-second gust. RIT is rolling over UCSC. However, the supports are the only ones taking damage. We've lost 2 cores. And a Soulbind is keeping the supports together. RIT is thrashing Santa Cruz. Now buybacks have come out, but there is no Doom, there is no Cold Embrace, and right now it looks like there's no Juggernaut. However, this might be the play that Santa Cruz needs. RIT is going to commit. Now Juggernaut has bought back and bought in. However, Tiny is caught on the back line. He is slowed. He is damaged, but Eradicate is actually taken out, and Tiny has yet to be killed. Ritz has stolen tons and tons of damage, but he's left alone. Surrounded by Santa Cruz, it looks like Ritz is going to get taken out here. No, they're going to back off, but what's Juggernaut up to? Well, Juggernaut found Doggy. Once again, Doggy is found by himself. Slayed, and there it is. Ritz by himself. RIT was together. They destroyed Santa Cruz, but Santa Cruz in their buyback regrouped and turned it on RIT. Defending their base without even losing a T3 tower, Santa Cruz is actually leading in gold, although they have expended 4 buybacks for that, everyone but Benbird.
Overall, that was really costly for Santa Cruz. They had to buy back 4 heroes, including all 3 of their cores. And it was really just a misplay on their end. I think they got a little too greedy and didn't want to let RIT disengage. They blew the Winter's Curse on a solo Rubik, which made it impossible for them to counter-initiate at that point. So Xanthos just goes in, gets a 3-man Ravage. There's no way to save the Juggernaut. There's no way to save the Doom, and they just melt to Drought. So...
But I think RIT got a little bloodthirsty because now they're the one who's going to lose a T3 tower. Fortification is used, but a Roha, the very scary fellow, is sitting there.
Yeah.
Some of his
They
attack
don't
speed is
actually
stolen.
force the Eradicate buyback. They only get RITs. So as far as buybacks go, this is still a pretty good win for RIT, just because if they do decide to take an engagement in the next couple minutes, for instance, Roshan, which has just respawned, and RIT does have Ward Vision.
How convenient!
So looks like they are probably going to be heading that way right now. Yep, Drought TP's in. They do hit a scan on her, though.
Yep.
So she's they know she's
Eradicate.
there. Poxy walking up.
Eradicate might be in a very dangerous spot. He's actually going to catch Poxy. He kill in 1. Alright, 2 hits is all it takes. However, Roshan is going to go down. They're going to put it on a Roha. Cheese is going to go on Tiny. Now the fight starts. Ritz uses BKB, but he's getting hit by the Omni Slash. Xanthos is getting CC'd. He's muted. He's unable to get the Ravage off, so Eradicate's the main damage source here. They're going to get the Juggernaut, who was taken out, but with an Aegis, he's going to be right back. Ritz was unable to steal very much damage at all, so hopefully they can finish off Aroha if they want to take this fight. He's going to spin and run on the backline. Xanthos makes it away with force. Roha is in trouble. They're staying on his tail. They're not allowing him to blink. An Avalanche might buy him the time he needs. No, Rich is in hot pursuit, but Gakilov throws him back, and it looks like Aroha is going to make it out. 3 seconds, no attacks. He blinks away, leaving the T2 mid kind of susceptible. They need to get creeps to break backdoor protection.
So they
Let's take a look at that fight recap, because that was a very back and forth battle.
Yeah, it was overall good for IT. They don't lose anything. They managed to pop the Aegis, die back on Doom and Wyvern. The only thing that wasn't expended was the cheese. So Santa Cruz, they really need to slow down this mid push. I don't really know how you do, though, because Winter's Curse is your only real way to stop this push, and that Wyvern is dead.
Now, do you go for the top T3 here to make sure you get a T3, or no? Looks like they're just going to commit for this. No. Benbird goes in on red, the Gust misses, and the Inkswell is going to miss too. Alright, 2 spells expended for RIT to no avail, but they're just going to sit there and hit the tower. 5 versus 2, Eradicate on the low ground. There's the first T3 taken out.
He needs to get on top of someone and toss them back onto his team. There's no other way that this is going to work.
It looks like instead of going for a lane, they want a second T3. Ritz is the one here tanking everything. They're going to put an Inkswell on him as he sits on Benbird, uses the BKB and steals his damage. Now the Ravage is going to hit, but the Inkswell doesn't. Do they have sight here? They find Benbird with a great Cold Embrace. It's only going to take out Doggy, though. But Ravage is stolen by Gakilov. And now on the backline, we're going to see we're taking out an Omni Slash by Ritz. Or on top of Ritz doesn't really do much. Aroha's illusions are immediately dealt with. Gakilov on Rubik is taken out. Now a great job by Ritz. Zoning the other team back as he gets low. Eradicate tags in and gusts Santa Cruz away. Alright, he realizes that it's unlikely they're going to get this barracks and they back out. Now Wirt gets caught. He puts Wyvern to sleep and they're going to trade him. But a 9-second silence on Benbird. This might be all it takes to turn the fight. No, Benbird is actually not taking too much damage.
They gotta stay. They gotta keep their.
I think Santa Cruz has the upper hand here with everything expended.
He just TP's out right in the corner there.
And leaves, oh my god, styling on them. 1 lane is taken mid. No, only a Ranger axe, but 2 T3s are taken. That also means the shrines are open.
This game is intense, man. Both these teams
look at the net worth
so well.
2K difference, and it's leading for Santa Cruz. This is the game I expected, this is the game I wanted, and this is the game I'm happy to have.
Look at experience, though. This is the big difference here. Almost 7,500 in favor of Santa Cruz. If you look at hero level, they have Juggernaut and Tiny, almost level 25. Both of them huge power spikes. I want to say for Juggernaut, you go the Omni Slash duration. That's 1 extra second is pretty substantial. For Tiny, you get the minus 9-second cooldown on Avalanche. Those are insane.
No, especially with the new Avalanche, how it works with the longer duration. But the 9-second Gust silence with a 6.5 second. Now Ritz can follow Tiny, and actually Doggy getting revenge for all the ganks hits him with the dust. Inkswell's gonna hold him down, but he stole all that damage just to kill his teammate. Benbird tosses Ritz back, and now he's gonna get taken out. Cold Embrace is gonna buy him some time, but it's unlikely he'll make it out of here alive. Santa Cruz is going to back up.
He's at least finding constellation kills for things like that. You know, he does manage to get the kill onto the Grimstroke. He does lose Tiny, which is really bad for Santa Cruz overall, but it's not like he died and then they just didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Let's look at
how
RIT's
embarrassing.
ward coverage here. This is really important. They've got a ward on the high ground in mid. They have it on both entrances to the jungle. So they are very aggressive with their ward placement overall, giving them just the ability to kind of play more aggressively right now. On Santa Cruz's side, Eradicate just gonna get a free shrine here.
Yeah, he just takes the shrine. I mean, he can do that because Santa Cruz has to assume that the whole team is standing there, and pretty much they are.
Doom. Okay.
Now Doggy is back.
Yes. Okay, good. I was like, if he goes to power, can target Ancients, I'm gonna be confused. The 40 Doom DPS is pretty significant.
Bottom shrine is under attack.
There's a fight actually a little bit ago where Xanthos lived. It was actually at the first Roche fight. Xanthos lived with like 50 health with the Doom on him. So next time, not gonna be so lucky.
Yeah, I think you may have pointed out, but Xanthos did go for the Anchor Smash damage reduction.
Interesting. Okay, so maybe they're just expecting this to go super long anyway, just a really...
Well, there's only one auto attacker, and that's Juggernaut. If they hit him with the Anchor Smash, all the damage is now magical.
Yeah. Well, Omnislash purges when you cast, so...
Or rather, the Jug's auto attacks are going to be... Yeah, I guess, yeah. I like them both. Xanthos knows the hero better than I do. Who am I to question him?
Yeah. I mean, clearly these guys are much better than both of us. Razor gets his level 25, and most likely going to go for the attack. Actually, I don't think you go the attack speed. You should go Unstable Current. Yep, there it is. So plus 200 Unstable Current damage, which I don't know if people know. It is pretty low cooldown, and that's a 360 damage nuke every 4 seconds?
Yeah.
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
That's a lot. That's pretty good. Winter Wyvern
Every unit in the area, and it's AoE as well, so it's doing a lot more damage than...
Yeah, it's not like it used to be. That spell previously was useless.
All right, I want to keep my eye on Ritz.
Doom has his BKB.
All right, I feel like Doom almost needs a Blink Dagger this game.
He does need a Blink Dagger this game. But he's opting for a Halberd. Actually, I'm okay with that. Halberd's pretty good. Hawks. Actually, Benbird
Okay, here we go. Benbird's going to go right in. They find word. They're unable to kill him. A Phantom Brace comes out, and then, unfortunately, Xanthos has no one hitting him. A very difficult goal to brace. Ritz is trying to kill Benbird, but he's being kept alive. Doggy taking a lot of damage, but Xanthos once again leading the charge. Now Poxy is caught out, and Inkswell is going to hold him down, followed up by a Ravage. A great BKB from Doom is going to keep him in the fight, but with his team all stunned, there's nothing they can do. Gakilov once again gets Ravage, and they follow it up with the Rohog going on Xanthos. Quite a lot of damage actually going on Xanthos from the Omni Slash. This must be with the level 25 talent. They actually take out Doggy. Xanthos is up next. Now Eradicate's in trouble. Eradicate pops the BKB on the back line, trying to get away. The Gust is mitigated by a Manta Style, and Eradicate uses Shadow Blade.
They found him.
Vision is dropped. A first hit stun. Eradicate is not happy about that.
So they lose the racks, though. So RIT manages to get the racks. Aroha could have gotten to the fight earlier, but had to kind of wait because Benbird died, and there was no point in him running in trying to get an Omni Slash with the creep wave there. So he's not a hero that has BKB. He can't really just man fight into this Drow lineup because his Manta Style is the only way that he can kind of purge a little bit of damage.
He has
purge the silence. So he kind of just had to wait for that fight to re-engage. And unfortunately, like you pointed out, Poxy's Winter's Curse.
Aroha's about to one-shot the tower. Ooh, never mind. He gets put to sleep. There it is. Benbird's the one who breaks the tower. And Juggernaut, a sleeping and invisible in the enemy base. Almost a bad manner play.
That was a mistake.
Once again, Xanthos gets caught by the Winter's Curse with no one there. Foxy just trying to buy some time. Cold Embrace is up right in front of the RIT team. Goes invisible, a dust is used, and he is crit for 850 damage and taken out. On the top lane, though, Ritz. This is not a hero that RIT wants to lose. Is Ritz going to be able to get the bounty? Yes, he does. He's unlikely yet. Fade Bolt, Gakilov takes him out.
So
he does have buyback.
What happened in the mid lane there? Poxy saw them on the high ground and blinked in to try and get the Winter's Curse onto Tidehunter because he would have died.
But did he blink down?
He blinked as soon as he casted Winter's Curse, so he blinked into the lane and no one was next to him. So it was just really unfortunate for Poxy, just timing-wise, because otherwise Xanthos would have for sure died to the Drow Bane Grimstroke standing next to him.
Yeah, Drow erases everybody who gets caught in Cold Embrace with her.
So Iroha picks up the Butterfly. So he's got almost his Abyssal Blade as well, which is really important.
And that's going to help him stay alive versus Drow, who will be hitting him through spin.
Yep.
Did they remove Flutter from Butterfly? Yes, they did.
Yeah, she does have MKB, though. Something to note. Eradicate already has MKB.
Oh, he already has it? Great pickup.
Yeah.
Knew it would come.
Doom picks up a blade mail, actually.
I was gonna say Doom's itemization. It doesn't feel very scary.
I think the blade mail.
Oh,
good.
this is the third Roshan.
I think blade mail's pretty good, and RIT doesn't know
I
exactly.
guess,
They
yeah.
see the Gaki Love mid on the Rubik, but they don't see the Jug and Doom in the Roche pit here.
RIT apparently is clueless that Roshan exists, because this is the third time they have no clue Santa Cruz is going to take Roche.
I mean, that's just hats off to Santa Cruz, just knowing when
Great.
to pressure the Roche advantage, and this
With
is a
format
really big
now.
deal.
Refresher on Doom, I assume? Yep.
Yeah.
Refresher on Doom, Aegis on Jug, and Cheese on Tiny? Yep. No, refresher on Gakilov, because he has Ravage still. Oh my god, is
And
RIT
that's for
break-
another minute and a half here.
This is so sick.
That's a really big
Okay.
deal.
And he can get in. Look at his stun duration too with the telekinesis, arcane supremacy. All right, here we go. This is
2.8
Gakilov's
seconds
time to
stun
shine,
on
Ricky.
Ravage.
Okay, they need backdoor protection to go down. There we go. Look at that attack speed slow. Babay can't even hit, but that's not the target you wanted on. Aroha is going to be the main damage dealer, and they are chopping up the melee barracks. Aroha's going to use the spin, countered by the fortification, and we're going to see a backup from Santa Cruz. 30 seconds for another creep wave.
I mean, Benbird
And
has to
actually,
TP
top
back
lane,
to the
Benbird
Benbirds.
has forced to retreat. Now, RIT knows they can take a fight with Benbird missing. Is Xanthos going to go for a YOLO play? No, that's way too risky to try and catch a TP.
Dude, this is crazy. Like, if you're Santa Cruz there, I think you have to all in for that high ground with like Refresher Ravage. There's no way RIT would have been like very prepared for it, and
They
that
would
really
have been.
means
They
Word's
would have
not going to
fallen
get a
for
good
it.
Fiend's Grip off, right? Like you're gonna get
Oh,
the
yeah.
Ravage to stop it. So
There's
We'll see.
no way RIT would have been ready for that play. I really, really wish we got to see it, especially with the double telekinesis. How long is telekinesis with Arcane Supremacy?
it is normally 2.2. I want to say it's 2.8, right?
It's something insane. Okay, now here's Doom, bottom lane.
Gets the Blink Ravage.
Oh, there we go. There is the first Ravage. Are we going to see a Refresher? Second Ravage comes out on RIT. Everyone is at half health. However, Xanthos has been muted. We're not going to see a third Ravage. People is stolen by Gakilov, not really a spot they want. Ritz on the back line is separated from the fight, going back into it. We see Doom save. Doggy is caught out. Doggy has nowhere to go. He is actually going to TP out in front of everyone. He makes it out. The only
all
thing, they
escape.
traded double Ravage for a Bane? And
Dude.
Ritz actually got away. His heart has regen him back up, and he's going to put the mid lane out. Top lane, we see the creeps breaking into Santa Cruz's base. Santa Cruz, how did that go so wrong, Ricky?
The entire Omni Slash was tanked by the 3,500 40 armor Razor, or 50 armor Razor.
Oh my
So,
god.
that
What's
has
the
a lot to
production
do
at?
with it.
77.
On top of it, Santa Cruz was actually down a man at the start of that fight, of the engagement.
Who were they missing?
They only had Rubik. It was Rubik, Doom, and Juggernaut, and then there was no Winter Wyvern. So if they had Winter Wyvern, they could have probably locked down Eradicate with the Cold Embrace or the Winter's Curse just to set up a follow-up kill, but instead he was defending the base, I believe.
Well, Ricky, we've seen two fights take place right by the
Okay.
bottom RIT shrine, and both times the Omni Slash was next to useless.
Yeah, this is scary, man. He can't be Omni slashing the Razor. He needs to commit onto the Drower on the back line and just use the Abyssal Blade as soon as he gets on her.
Yeah, so she doesn't just go invisible and get away. Now, right now, a Razor has a double damage route.
There's a gem on Grimstroke as well.
All right, RIT. They're going to take control of the map here using this gem and their position across the river to gain map control and build a foundation for a final push. There's only 3 barracks left and 1 T3.
I mean, we're 50 minutes into this game, and the thing that was also interesting is, like, Rubik, I don't think... Normally, if you're playing Tide and you have double Ravage, I think you kind of know the stun duration, but with Rubik, it was amplified by the Arcane Supremacy, so he did overlap the Ravages by about half a second.
Well, to be fair in his defense, if he doesn't hit everyone with that Ravage, it's more important for him to cast Ravage twice than to get 2 perfect Ravages.
Yeah.
I like in those high stress situations because he doesn't know if he's hitting everyone. They don't have vision far back. They don't have vision right on that second level of high ground. I think he
actually
made the
really
right
important
call.
to point out. Yeah, they actually
Because,
didn't have
yeah, he
vision
doesn't
on
want to
high
get
ground.
interrupted. If he let's say he misses Xanthos with Ravage number 1, Xanthos gets in, and Xanthos is the one to cast the second Ravage. It's unlikely Rubik will stay alive to get Ravage 3.
Yeah, very good points.
With what's on the line here, like, you know, the next team fight, if it goes convincingly in one direction, it could be the end of the game.
Yeah, I don't know how Santa Cruz just hasn't been able to break high ground. That to me is the most surprising thing this game.
Well, take a look at net worth right now. 51 minutes in, we're less than 1,000 off. That's kind of how the fights have been feeling too. The fights are not one team crushing the other. It's so even, so back and forth that when a fight ends, neither team are really able to take anything off of it. Roshan has died 3 times. Maybe we even will see 4 Roshans because that objective's in the middle of the map, but it doesn't seem like either team has the reach to kill a hero and then turn that hero kill into an objective.
I think some of this... I think a lot of this game comes down to just Tiny as a hero. Like, he's done really good at keeping Santa Cruz in the game, but the thing that kind of sucks about this hero is you don't really feel like you're as threatening late game. This Razor is way too tanky for him to deal with now. Tidehunter is just going to be in his face the whole time. If Razor gets near him, he just gets damage sapped, and you kind of just fall off, right? Like, he's not that big of a damage dealing core late game unless he gets the jump on a support. Which...
Yeah, in the very late game, Tiny is not he doesn't scale that well.
Yeah,
it is due to his lack of his reliance on magic damage, his reliance on control, and his he's a hero that needs more inventory slots than what
people just have BKBs, right? Like, you avalanche and they'll just pop BKB off the first tick so that the rest of it doesn't affect them. One thing that is interesting to point out is he is going Sheepstick as his next item.
Okay.
So
he'll probably replace the Echo Saber. He's no longer going to rely. He's just, but then that's so much pressure for Juggernaut to be the right clicker.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Sheepstick, look at Razor.
Did you pick one up?
3,800
Beat
health.
him to it.
51 armor with a Sheepstick.
Is anyone not? So who do we? So Rubik and Doom and Tidehunter are our next level 25s. Now, does Tidehunter get the damage?
Yeah.
He must, right?
Actually, no. You definitely go the cooldown reduction.
For just insane gush spam?
For gush spam, but also it just allows you to fight more often with Ravage. But it also reduces the cooldown on your Guardian Greaves and your Pipe. So it's overall just going to be a better talent for him.
Now, is it going to mess with the Guardian Greave cooldown? Like the inherent, you can't have 2 of them hit you? Because its cooldown will be so short?
It lasts for... I don't remember how long it lasts for. But...
Because my concern with the cooldown reduction is 1 Ravage could win the game. Like, the next fight could be the last fight.
Yes.
And that's kind of why I like the 250 damage.
If he opts for a refresher, though...
Especially with how Anchor Smash scales.
He is opting for a refresher, so having the cooldown reduction on that refresher orb is actually pretty substantial, too.
Yep.
So it allows you to double Ravage a lot more often.
Now, who else? We have Rubik. Telekinesis cooldown is very likely what he's going. Spell Amp is that's the meme. There's not really any spell he wants to amp. That's more for pubs.
Can you imagine Telekinesis?
Oh, Poxy is found! He is sheeped! He's plasma fielded, but he has buyback.
Yeah. And Poxy is actually probably the most significant hero on Santa Cruz for defending the high ground. We've talked about it before, and finding that kill is really important. The RIT is going to for sure force the buyback here.
Yeah.
There's
and they also have the
defend without it.
Dead. Well, Santhos is watching as Razor hits the tower, a buyback from Winter Wyvern, and we're going to see a defense mounted by Santa Cruz. Now Razor is caught, Razor is forced to BKB, turns around and he cheaps the Doom. Unfortunately, he's unable to commit anything. That's a BKB charge for nothing. Benbird is able to slow Ritz, not really. Now Bane is caught out. Tiny and Doom will finish him off. And RIT is on the defensive. Razor, oh my god, they managed to catch the Razor, but it looks like they want to get Drow. Razor is caught. Razor's very tanky. BKB actually used by Doom. Looking for a counter initiation from RIT. Stealing damage from Tiny, but his life is stolen by the Dire.
This is a high skill player here from Eradicate. He knows he lost the fight. TP
no reason to stay.
Halfway through the fight and just pushes. This is the difference between players that are, an immortal. Honestly, it's the difference between immortal and divine. Really, is that play right there.
Yeah, he understands what's going to happen and what to do. With the Silver Edge, is there a big passive he's really looking to shut down here? It seems like Blade Dance on Juggernaut is the most important one.
Yeah, probably. One thing to point out, Roche is respawning right now. Juggernaut just scouted it, and it was missed the respawn, but they're going to go look at it again here, and I think...
Fourth Roshan.
He goes right
Oh
in.
yeah, he's so happy.
RIT sees this. They did see it with the ward, so
For
they
once.
know it's happening.
Yeah, but a buyback will make it very obvious that RIT sees it, and they don't know how fast Santa Cruz is going to kill Roche. They just know it's going to be fast.
Eradicate just TP bot. Or no, he saw his TP up. I guess they just are letting it happen. They're just okay with that. That's very surprising to me.
But if Drow can get into the base, this is a huge deal. Now, Santa Cruz is going to have to defend their base.
Okay, Refresher Shard Wyvern. This is massive. That is who I think has the most potential with Refresher. The Refresher Doom's like pretty good, right? But getting 2 Winter's Curses off in one fight. That's if Eradicate actually hits his own ally, they're gonna die.
Oh yeah. And Drow Ranger going for the Hyperstone.
Rubik has his Ags. I don't know
Tiny
when-
has the 3 toss charges. I love that.
Did he
Lots
really
of
go 3
damage,
toss
lots of
charges?
lockdown.
What? That's weird. That's weird to
He's
me.
going for the he just wants to win the fight once in the game.
Dude,
Because it is a very long duration crowd control if he commits all 3 to one player. However, it's a lot of time you can interrupt him. Like, for example, a Gust will stop Tiny from getting all 3 of those tosses off.
It's so bizarre to me. I feel like in almost every scenario, getting Avalanche down to 5 seconds is pretty good.
It is...
Maybe he's worried
we're
about
gonna,
mana. That's the only thing I can think about. He's worried about mana, but he's building a sheep stick, so I don't know.
I think he just wants to commit for that 1 kill. He just wants to make sure he eliminates someone. The next fight could win him the
I
game.
don't see him yet, but it does pop the
Okay,
smoke.
Razor Benbird is right on
There it
his
is.
tail. He gets caught out. Now this player has a heart. All
got
heroes
doomed.
on Santa Cruz are on top of Razor. Razor has been doomed. He has been Omni Slashed, and only 2 toss charges were actually used there.
That Omni Slash was a pretty big waste, actually. As soon as he got doomed,
Overkill.
he can't BKB, so that you know that
Yeah.
hero's gonna die.
Now the ward is point. Potentially they didn't know how close RIT was,
Yeah.
but they do have the ward. They didn't want to have any opportunity for counter
Is Eradicate
initiation.
going for this? No. All right, he just invises up and runs away. See, he is just toying with him. He cut the wave there right in front of Iroha's face. He didn't have Blink though to get on top of Drow, and Drow's just gonna keep split pushing with this Shadow Blade. Xanthos already cut top wave.
Mm-hmm.
So
And yeah, there's
look where Eradicate
exactly.
is.
Yep, he's going to cut the creep wave. They only have to deal with this 1 creep wave. Grimstroke can use Stroke of Fate. Xanthos might be able to help out as well.
You can't.
Now a teleport back from Rubik and from Tiny. Drow has been found out, goes invisible. There is no vision. No, there's a gem. Eradicate. They're going to get him. Eradicate is taken out.
That's a huge kill. Poxy gets found by Xanthos and Word.
Yeah.
Is he gonna die here?
And
Oh, actually,
Ability, they don't know where
if
he
they can
is.
kill this Tidehunter, it's really important.
Now, do they have Doom? They do not have
They do
Doom.
not have Doom, but they have
Tidehunter
Abyssal
is
Blade.
very tanky. They're going to sit right on top of him. Phantom Embrace and Soulbind used, but again, a lot of spells being used, but not a lot of damage coming out. Tiny has no mana, so it looks like Santa Cruz is just going to back up. Now,
They need to
RIT
force
will
this
have to
buyback.
get back. Yeah, they absolutely have to force Drow Rangers buyback.
And look where your creep mid wave is, and that's just because Drow cut it, right? Like, they should have already been in the base of RIT. Drow is dead for 85 seconds still, and is going to most likely have to buy back here, but it has slowed down Santa Cruz. So, let's see what happens here.
Okay, here we go. Stroke of Fate. Doom is the one getting caught out. And
no.
there is the Omni Slash Lotus Orb. Oh no, Omni Slash used at no damage. A Sheep Winter Wyvern will fly away. Now a great Gust BKB coming up from Drow, but Juggernaut's going to jump on him with the Abyssal Blade. There's no buyback. If Drow gets taken out here, it might be the end for RIT. However, he's going to be saved by his team. 2 tosses used for Eradicate, but he makes it away, and now look at, oh my god,
Stolen
in the
Ravage.
backline.
He gets it.
The Ravage, but the counter Ravage comes out from Gaki Love. Aegis is used, but Santa Cruz is very deep. We're going to see Bane get taken out. He's very low. No, he's not. He's actually going to take out Gaki Love on the Rubik. There is the
First Winter's Curse,
Wyvern
he
overlooking.
doesn't have actually Refresher.
And we're going to see Doom goes on Razor, but it looks like RIT is in control. Buyback comes out from Grimstroke. Tiny's asleep in the middle of the base with no teams. Phantom Embrace is going to go on the Winter Wyvern, and Xanthos is going to try and finish him off. They have sight of Tiny, who is getting chased down by RIT, and he is taken out. Now everyone dead currently has buyback. Poxy, Cold Embrace. Poxy is definitely going to die back here. We are also going to see, yeah, Benbird was taken out. Now Winter Wyvern does not have buyback. RIT, this might be the push they need to end the game.
This is really interesting. So they have four buybacks total available for Santa Cruz. 2 used there for RIT, but the Jug's Omni Slash has been not very useful. In the last
What
few
Omni
fights.
Slash? Every time he uses it, nothing happens.
Yeah, that Lotus Orb was so clutch. Who has the Lotus Orb?
I believe
Grimstroke?
that was the Grim. Yeah,
Grimstroke.
Mr. Grim.
Doggy, dude. He just got
Doggy Dota.
He just absorbed the entire Omni Slash, and on top of it, it actually did damage back to Santa Cruz.
Did Grimstroke's level 20 talent get nerfed? I could swear it was 2 hits to kill Phantom.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that later, because right now Doom is going to get gone on. He's having his damage stolen by Razor. Now Doom does not have ult. Rubik's going to come in, stun up Razor. Juggernaut Omni slashing the Razor once again, dealing almost no damage. He actually is doing a bit of damage to Razor, who can heal it back up with his heart. Now, the Phantom Embrace and the Soulbind comes out, hitting 2 cores on Santa Cruz, and there is a fantastic Fiend's Grip and Stroke of Fate. RIT is pulling it together, synergizing flawlessly. They are rolling over Santa Cruz so far in this fight. Benbird has been found by Drow, and there is Xanthos in the backline. Fantastic Ravage. He's going to refresh. Where's Ravage number 2? He does it. Doom falls. Tiny is about to fall. Rubik falls. Everyone is falling. It is Juggernaut versus the world, and Juggernaut will be about as effective as his Omni Slash has been this game. That is game 1, ladies and gentlemen, of Santa Cruz versus RIT. Finally, there is a noticeable net worth lead, because that whole game, the fights, the objectives, and the net worth were back and back, neck and neck, but RIT takes it.
What a
Ricky.
freaking game, dude. That was...
We gotta look at net worth.
Oh my god. That was nuts.
It wasn't until over 40 minutes in the game that there was a significant shift in net worth.
That game was so back and forth for a while. It was dead even until 55 minutes into the game. So it just proves like these teams are very evenly matched. I think a lot of this came down... Honestly,
I think...
Gosh.
The scaling late with the Tiny, like that was over an hour long game, and Tiny didn't feel as deadly as like a Razor or as a Drow, or even Xanthos playing out of his mind as usual on Tidehunter. Down to the last second, Xanthos was very deadly, whereas at the end, Omni Slash was doing nothing. Avalanche Toss times 3 didn't feel very dangerous, and Doom was cool, but there wasn't really any follow up to it afterwards.
One of the things that was really important in that last fight was how impactful Wirt was on the Bane. Actually, he managed to remove Winter Wyvern from the fight for like 10 seconds. He got
and Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, he's a huge part of their fight. So with that out of the without having to deal with that, it pretty much allowed RIT to just kind of group and focus on heroes and not worry about this Winter's Curse. Now, he did manage to end up getting it off, but it was too late at that point. They had already dove to the tier 4s. You'd lost 2 units. It was rough, man.
The Winter's Curse seemed like the most valuable spell for Santa Cruz at the end, because Winter's Curse uses the power of RIT against them.
Correct.
And RIT in the final fight, it took over an hour, but RIT finally felt in control of the game, and they rolled right over them. I want to see a draft that can scale late because of how evenly matched these teams are. I think it's very unlikely that we're going to see an early game stomp into a 30-minute victory, which has been very common in this patch. And that is the adjustments I want to see from Santa Cruz. I think that RIT's draft is gorgeous, although I do want to see my boy Doggy on... I mean, I like Grimstroke, but I wouldn't say that Doggy is I wouldn't say Grimstroke's a Doggy hero. Anya Xanthos, pick Beastmaster, please. Actually,
yeah,
I'm fine with those.
I'm
tied.
Us.
But I think we need a little bit of a break before we go into game 2. I might need a nap after that. That took it out of me.
Yeah, that was an intense game, dude. 61 minutes, super back and forth the entire time. So just thank you to those teams for putting on a good show so far. Can't wait for game number 2.
Masterpiece.
Dude, it was art in the making. All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're going to go into game number 2, so stick with us. Don't go too far.
See you guys soon.
You say that I'm too much. I say you're out of touch, but you already knew that. I don't gotta tell you, and you don't gotta tell me. You say that I'm too much. I say you're out of touch, but you already knew that. I don't gotta tell you, and you don't gotta tell me.
Last but not least, here's my new song with Neff, We Would Never Do. It's about two people being in a twisted love-hate relationship, but even though it's twisted and angry, there's still something in there that keeps them together.
I'll stand back up again if you want me to. If you want me to. Forget the night I spent trying to talk to you. 'Cause it would never do. We would never do. We would never
All right, we are back. Game number 2 between Rochester Institute of Technology and
Hello, hello.
UC Santa Cruz. What a game 1.
I was excited for the series going in, and I didn't think I could get more excited for the series.
And yet here we
But
are.
yet here we are. Now, look at the doggy bands coming out right away. Are they going to respect Xanthos?
I mean,
I
you
swear
feel
to
like they
God,
would
if
just
you're not
ban
banning
Tidehunter,
Tidehunter,
right? He's
I
picked
would
it
ban
4 games
Tidehunter.
in a row.
Please. I mean, I want to see the Tidehunter, but you got to ban the Tidehunter. Xanthos is just
So they banned the Grimstroke,
slaughtering.
actually. They
Okay,
banned their
the
own
doggy
Grimstroke.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Yeah, so they're going for something else this time, and they
Now, is
still ban
RIT
Lich.
RIT's the only team running Tidehunter in the Winter Invitational, to my knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's just a hero Xanthos is still very comfortable on. He still fits the meta, and he offers a lot to your team. I don't think he's ever really a bad hero in this patch. I think people are just experimenting more with other heroes that maybe they're more comfortable with, but this is a Xanthos hero for sure. He's just,
And he fills the role exactly. He carries the auras. He can solo, allowing for a tri-lane. He's got team fight.
yeah, he's just going deep in the paint, man. That's what he plays like.
He's figured it out. He sees the Matrix. All right, first pick Bane. There we go. They like what
That's
we're
where it's
did, and I
Bane.
do too.
Yeah, we're owned
You see
it
that
last
feeds
game.
grip at the end of the game? Beautiful. Well, what is the first pick for UCSC? Are we going to see a Winter Wyvern? Beastmaster's in the pool.
Wyvern was really good, and it was really well played by Poxy, but I don't know if they pick it again here.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to drop it down. So Lich is out, Grimstroke is out. Dazzle is in. Offlane heroes, we're looking at Centaur, we got Doom.
Do you think
we
they
got,
opened to
did they
Juggernaut again?
I would take the Tide.
It might not be a bad idea. Just steal their Tidehunter and pick up Juggernaut
Right.
as well.
That could be sick.
Dire team
And Juggernaut into Bane, though. Oh,
Ooh,
there's
what
the Tide.
A
Okay.
prediction by the
Right.
200
Now,
IQ Carlo.
right, that was a team predict. Alley-oop. All right, so, but do they take the Jug against the Bane?
I mean, it wasn't bad. He did well on it despite Bane being in the game. But maybe you just pick up a support here. It's hard to say.
Yeah, so what other supports are warranting first phase? Winter Wyvern was an oddity. We don't see that. Dazzle, because he can be a mid, he can be an offlane or a support.
I think Dazzle and Shaman right now would probably be the two best picks for the slugs. Both offer pushing potential, and they're both good in lane. I think that's what they want.
Mm-hmm. I see that. Yeah, it looks like they're not sure what they want to go for it either.
They
Winter
stole
Wyvern again?
All right, so that's
Okay,
a
so,
comfort
yeah,
hero, I
there's-
guess.
Yeah. And now, Xanthos, my friend, there's a Beastmaster in the pool.
And Tide's gone. What does he do?
Yeah, but there is also a Darkseer. Sven has been taken out.
So this would be an okay time to pick the Darkseer because you can follow it up with a Doom ban, right?
Mhm.
You can just immediately ban the Doom.
Or they take the Doom.
The problem you have then is you'd be running Tidehunter Doom. And so the question is, which one of them do you want filling the carry role? And honestly, both of them can do it. It just depends.
I mean, Xanthos was playing Doom in the Grand Finals last year, although that was on a patch.
Yeah.
Radiant team
Okay. Oh, a Centaur. Okay, I like it. Let's see what he can do with that guy. Now, are there any heroes that you want to see really badly when the new patch hits, Ricky, that are maybe not getting the attention they deserve?
For no reason whatsoever, I would like Ricky to be back in the game.
I don't think... Actually, you know what I was going to say? I've never been happy when Ricky is a popular pick, but there was the patch where that was my hero. And I think actually my longest win streak in Dota is with Ricky. I'm going to pull it up right now. I wouldn't mind him being
streak is
back.
so random. I don't know who it is, but I have like a 16 win streak on like a random hero I don't even play.
You can actually check it out inside the client now.
Yeah. My
Where
longest
it's
for a
actually- I
while
don't
was
remember how to do
Spectre,
it.
though. I had like an 11 or 12 win streak on Spectre.
I
think it's
was just a
Underlord.
7 on Ricky. Never mind.
I think
That's
Underlord's
still
my
good, though.
longest win rate.
12 on my Manor Spirit.
There you go. That would make
Bring him
sense.
back.
You're quite the Earth Spirit player.
Played it a lot back in the day when he was overpowered and no one knew how to play against him. Very deadly combo.
Yeah. That was me and Dark Willow. Feels good.
Oh, I love Dark
So they
Willow.
banned
I would
Huskar
like to see a
again.
bit more Dark Willow.
Maybe, I
Yeah.
don't know why, but they've banned Huskar second phase both times. They also banned the Juggernaut. Really good.
Eradicate
so-
can play Huskar. I guarantee it.
Well, they're the ones banning it. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I know
I
Eradicate
guess they
plays
don't want it.
Huskar. And they banned it last game too. And initially my thought was like, oh, it's an Eradicate hero. But then I'm like, wait a minute. They're banning it from the Slug. So maybe the heroes that Eradicate wants to play are just bad against Huskar? Is that possibly it? Like, I mean, Drow, for instance, would get completely wrecked.
Yeah, could be it. I know. Well, I still haven't seen the Bane take advantage of the attack speed and just beat someone down with the Drow aura. As ridiculous as that is, and why you don't pick it, I want to see
They
it.
banned the
Sniper
the,
taken
Sniper.
out and Razor.
They banned Sniper last time too, which I mean, clearly they've seen Eradicate Sniper. You don't deal with it well.
And Odie is in the pool. So is Medusa. Two heroes we see picked up quite a lot. Odie doing well against Medusa.
Eradicate's
Medusa.
really good on both, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Anything that man cannot play?
I want to see Ben Bird play a scaling hero this game. I was worried.
Yes.
Like last game, he did really well on the Tiny. He set up a lot of kills and kind of, I guess, just put a lot of pressure on RIT. But as you pointed out many times, like Tiny just kind of falls off in the late game, and
Yeah.
that was a really big deal. So if this game does end up going late, which it very well might, because both these teams are really good.
Ooh, another flapper.
Okay, this
Now-
is like
Are they
2
banned
patches
Drow?
ago. What? The
Yeah,
Wyvern
this is
Phoenix
a-
was like the heroes of 2 patches ago.
This is a no stun lineup until Ravage right now from Santa Cruz. Eradicate just went beast mode on Drow, a great hero, against
They need the
Phoenix.
Visage now, man. Get all the Flappy Boys in there.
Right. Visage Bat Rider, finish him off.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there
Well,
a
what is
fifth
RIT
hero on a
gonna...
bird? Is there a 5th hero with wings?
I'm sure there is that I can't think of right now. Oh, I think
don't
you can
think
get a full
so.
5-man
I think the
lineup.
closest would be the Marana mount with the wings.
Those wings are gorgeous.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
Well, RIT seems to be a little bit stumped here.
Yeah, this is a odd pick because
I also love Centaur because he disengages the egg.
Yeah, that's true. The Centaur is pretty good here. It also allows your team just to get on top of the egg too.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know
I'm not
how.
liking-
I don't know how you actually lane the slugs, right? Like, Wyvern's for sure a support for a lane, but this has to be a core Phoenix, right? I feel like your
Well-
support is. I feel like your lanes are too weak if you're running
They-
a support Winter Wyvern and a support Phoenix.
I think that both us and RIT are stumped by what the remaining cores for Santa Cruz are, and the remaining cores from Santa Cruz have to pull this draft together. Because currently we're looking at no stuns until Ravage. We are looking at like Phoenix doesn't really have any control, right? It's just the attack speed slow.
The big thing with the Wyvern Phoenix combo has always been the Winter's Curse into
Yeah,
egg.
the insane team fight.
And so if you get the,
Ooh.
what?
Now that's got to be a doggy hero. My man, dude, I think
What is
I
going
don't
on
know.
in this draft, actually?
Doggy copies me because he plays all my heroes.
Dude, Doggy
And I
has been
respect
a closet Carlo fan for years,
I
in case
respect
you guys
it.
wanted to know.
I think everyone's a Carlo fan, but
I mean, who
Doggy.
isn't?
Doggy's number one. So they're. I don't think UC was going to take. Sorry, I don't think Santa Cruz was going to take the Coddle. As much fun as that would be to combo with their team fight.
Yeah.
And are we going to see a Coddle Centaur dual lane? It'd be very fun.
I feel like it'll be Centaur Bane.
Either way, I like it. And I'm excited to see Xanthos play something new, and I'm excited to see Xanthos dominate on a new hero in the off lane.
I actually
Now we are
this is
finally
so
going to see
bizarre.
something from Santa Cruz with this pick. This pick has to reveal something here because it looks like RIT are stumped, and I mean Ricky and I obviously know exactly what's going on, but we'll pretend to be stumped for the immersion factor.
Do you pick the Medusa here? Like, I actually don't know. I feel like if you pick the Medusa, it is so hard to get onto Medusa.
Are you concerned with Stone Gaze stacking with like Ravage and a Monkey King. Okay, so they got
that's
the
a good
Wukong's
pick.
command.
That's the safe lane.
So Santa Cruz has a very clear no fight zone.
Yeah, they have a very clear do not come near our team.
Yeah. So maybe some split pushing we could see from RIT. However, the base defense as well from Santa Cruz.
That's exactly what they need. There's no way you want to take a team fight into the slug. So
They're
lack
slow,
stuns. I was like, you lack stuns. You pick a split
There's a
push and
split
carry,
push.
and there he is.
Very quick. Very, very quick pickup.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. I think RIT has picked Animage in the past, to my knowledge, and I believe they know exactly what they want to do with it.
I was gonna say Terrorblade was the hero that I was thinking of because you can split push and farm with Terrorblade. Animage fills the role really well too.
Well, yeah, again, we're still looking at no stuns on Santa Cruz. They had Ravage before, and now they have Bound the Strike, but isn't Bound the Strike like 22-second cooldown? I'll pull it up right here.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Like, especially with Coddle, he's going to drag this game out if they, 22-second cooldown on Bound the Strike.
Yeah, that Coddle pick actually might win them the game.
He can draw the game out. He can also bounce the Monkey King out of Wukong's command.
Yeah, I think RIT might have read this draft really well. As soon as they saw this Tidehunter Winter Phoenix, they're gonna take fights and 5-man, and all you really can do at this point, they adjusted their draft to be we need to slow down their push and split push, and so they pick Keeper of the Light and then they pick Anti-Mage.
Mm-hmm. Well, this looks like Anti-Mage's game. I agree with you. It looks like RIT has read them. It's like Santa Cruz's draft is no joke, but you can see that they're very clearly committed to absolutely crushing a 5-on-5 engagement. So RIT has picked a lineup that is going to slow the game down. It's not going to play around fighting 5-on-5. And that's like the Santa Cruz is fully committed to the everyone show up team fight. Now Anti-Mage is going to be playing his own game on the other side of the map. They have no way to deal with him.
And AM's lane's going to actually be fairly okay. Like, he doesn't suffer too much to the Tidehunter because you can just mana burn the Tidehunter off so he doesn't get the Anchor Smash off. So you're not struggling as much to get last hits. The only thing he really has to worry about would be the Wyvern and the Phoenix, whichever one is his lane. So we got Pugna Ban and we have a Grim Medusa Ban. The Pugna Ban is clear targeted ban. Like, they're like, we know you want to group and push and end the game early, so they just get rid of a hero that can do that, right? So that's Pugna. Yeah,
I like Pugna. He's because of how fast he is, and he's strong in lane. He makes a lot of sense.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, we're going to the last picks. So we're looking for Eradicate's mid hero. He is going to be counterpicked by and you're gonna go right in. OD. Yeah, I like it.
I was like, he needs to have a hero that does fight and essentially just make space for Anti-Mage. You can't have you don't really need two heroes here that split push. You just need to be able to stall the game a little bit for your Anti-Mage to get farm. Keeper of the Light will be able to stop the push of the slugs enough, but you need to have fight. You need to have enough team fight to stop them from taking your racks. And so that is what OD fills. He's a pretty impactful hero here.
He's got a big button to press, just like every hero on Santa Cruz, and Santa Cruz goes for the Night Stalker. Okay.
Crap. Okay. Night Stalker is like the biggest counter to Anti-Mage right now.
He is. Force Staff will be picked up, or Hurricane Pike will be picked up on OD, and Coddle. It's not uncommon to see him with a Force Staff, though.
If this is a Night Stalker mid into an OD, what the heck?
Also, Coddle doesn't really care about Night Stalker in the same way he used to because Coddle is no longer an Aghanims rusher.
No. Okay, Monkey King mid, Tidehunter safe lane, off lane Night Stalker. Okay, that is how it should. It should be an off lane Night Stalker into the AM because AM.
That's a Roha on the Tidehunter.
That's what I'm saying. That's a safe lane Tide.
Yeah.
They're gonna aggro try this with Night Stalker, I think.
Okay, I mean, yeah, he has top 3 highest regen in the game, very high armor, very high base attack damage.
He wrecks Anti-Mage in lane very hard. Like, Anti-Mage mana burns him, but he doesn't care because Night Stalker will just click him for 70 damage and then regen it all off. And as soon as it hits the 5-minute mark and it's nighttime, you can't lane anymore as Anti-Mage. You actually have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
They have to try lane this. If they don't, I think slugs are gonna suffer quite a bit in the lane phase.
Now, Ricky. What happens when you cast Supernova? This was added recently to the game.
I want to say it stays nighttime, correct? Is that how that works? It just
Supernova has the highest priority of any night or day changing spell in the game. Supernova always takes priority.
Yeah, I know. I'm just. It's gonna be interesting here. Well,
Oh boy, Santa Cruz is pulling some fancy stuff. I really hope it works, but it's fancy. Let's leave it at that. It is fancy as heck. Well, should we introduce our players going into game 2? We had an hour of battling with them in game 1, but just in case you forgot, why don't we let everyone know who's playing who?
yeah, I will start off with RIT here. We got Doggy playing this Keeper of the Light mid lane. Eradicate playing his coveted Outworld Devourer. Off lane Xanthos on another big boy, the Centaur. RIT's playing this Anti-Mage, and Wirt once more on the Bane.
Now, bottom lane, before we have an engagement, or rather, this is Santa Cruz before we have an engagement. I'll start off with Gaki Love, the Ravage stealing Rubik. Then we have the core Night Stalker by Babag. Monkey King is being played by Benbird. He'll be going mid. Tide Hunter being played by Aroha, the carry from last game. And Winter Wyvern picked up by Poxy once again. Obviously a comfort hero, and he is more than comfortable on that hero, as we saw him crush it last game.
So I like the way Santa Cruz is staging right now. They really want to secure these the bot runes, and they're also not showing on their Tidehunter top. So as I said, they need to tri-lane this if they want to win the lanes, and that's what they're going to do. So RIT might respond, but we'll see. I think Wirt's actually...
Ooh, they actually are going to go on Wirt. 2 slows on him, the Cold Embrace and the Void, not rather the Cold Embrace, the Arctic Burn rather. Wirt getting very low, but Beg doesn't have a Void for 3 more seconds. The Boundless Strike is going to come out, and they take him out. Gaki Love is going to claim first blood.
I almost said in the middle of that, I was like, what is Benbird doing? He needs to go back to mid lane, and then his Boundless Strike actually secured the kill. On the back end, though, Rit's got the rune.
Oh, love that by Rit. Is Boundless Strike going to mess up the mid lane?
Yes.
Eradicate just goes ahead and imprisons him. Poxy actually shows up as well. So he's sharing XP with the Winter Wyvern, and he wants to get his levels right away because he has the level 1 Boundless Strike used to get first blood.
So,
well, actually...
no,
I was going to say the Coddle and Xanthos are just beating down Tide top. Aroha did a great job in lane against Tide, but as Tide, he's having a bit of trouble. Actually, Poxy doing a great job zoning Eradicate mid. I really like what Poxy is doing. Not something we see too often. It seems like the side lanes get all the attention from the heroes, but doing the dual lane mid, especially against a fantastic player like Eradicate, the captain of the Grand Champions.
Other thing, Poxy just got the ward as well, so that's really big for him.
Now, I think we've seen the Anti-Mage Night Stalker before, haven't we? And one thing to keep in mind is as soon as Night Stalker runs out of mana, so Anti-Mage can't take advantage of the mana break damage, Night Stalker can just fight the Anti-Mage. Because Anti-Mage damage, a huge portion of it, is from actually burning the mana. But when it comes down to just stats versus stats, armor and attack versus armor and attack, Night Stalker outshines Anti-Mage by quite a bit. Actually, it's only 2 armor. It's not as big as I thought it was. 2 armor and 10 damage.
I think Babag really just wants to use all his mana. It looks like he finally has...
Well, yeah, he wants to use it. Wirt's a great target for the Voids, even during the daytime. Gaki Love might go down, actually, in the bottom lane. Wirt's going for it. Wirt needs 1 more auto attack, and he gets it.
What the heck happened there?
I mean, Wirt spent an hour warming up on Bane.
He's okay, I guess. Fine. I thought he'd take a lot more damage from the Arctic Burn and stuff, but apparently not. Wirt. He's styling bottom, dude.
Wirt is ready to rock and roll on this hero. Now, Ritz has hit level 2, but Babag managed to spend all of his mana, so Ritz won't be able to take advantage of the mana break talent too much. And we're going to see Poxy actually go back bottom on Winter Wyvern. Now, checking out CS, Monkey King is leading. He's going back and forth with Xanthos.
Looks like the plays there by Poxy did help out, and him being bottom here might actually be able to secure the kill onto Wirt. Arctic Burn up now. Wirt's going to take a lot of damage here.
Wirt is caught out. He's going to use the Brain Sap to keep himself alive. No, he actually runs out of mana after using Nightmare. He gets under the safety of his tower. And in the meantime, Ritz manages to get a little bit of CS, but we are going back to a tri-lane.
Really surprised Gaki Love did not cancel the dive halfway through that.
Yeah, you think they should have committed for Bane? No,
yeah, I think you could have just stopped on the trees next to him and just clicked Bane down. I think he would have died.
Well, Ritz is taking a lot of damage under tower, but there's no mana for Void from Night Stalker to actually pursue him with. And Ritz is actually just farming under tower at low health. The players on RIT asserting their dominance, pushing their heroes to the limit. Not giving Santa Cruz really any room here.
He's got a salve. He's fine like pulling out this aggression because he'll just salve up as soon as he gets under the trees.
Now the Coddle Centaur lane, is there any fancy combination we're going to see here? Maybe a Chakra Magic to get a double edge, or you're not going to
I would
lose
say
as a
maybe,
13.
but I think you just max your return. To be honest, I think you still just max retaliate, and then play.
I
off
wouldn't
that.
I wouldn't be surprised too if the Coddle was a recommendation from Xanthos, someone who knows Tidehunter's strengths and weaknesses very well, and says, get a hero that does a lot of magic damage, because you're not zoning Tidehunter out of lane with physical damage, especially from a melee hero. And actually, a Hoof Stomp into a Blast, Tidehunter really is not that scared.
Yeah, he's got Kraken Shell, so Stomp's never won't be able to set up a kill with those two heroes, pretty much ever.
But
Unless he's playing
Tidehunter's
low
low
health.
on regen.
Yeah, so unless he's playing a low health, and then there he is at lower health. So.
Well, we're less than a minute away from nighttime.
Rits gets old. We gotta be careful. Yeah, as soon as this level, this minute 5 comes out here for this bot lane, I think it becomes very difficult for RIT.
Well, Nightstalker's actually holding his points. Only 2 points in Void. He's holding
gonna go,
one.
he has to go Hunter in the night. 100% has to go Hunter in the night.
Well, yeah, less than 30 seconds away. Why wouldn't he?
I think at this point you just want 1 point in Void and 2 in Hunter, but I guess could be wrong.
He might go get some mana once it's nighttime and throw the Voids around. It does quite a bit of damage. We're going to see Doggy go bottom. Doggy's a blast back. He knows, and that Santa Cruz wants to dive. Now, Ritz looks like he might be in danger, but remember that there's no mana actually on Nightstalker. No, he gets taken out. Slapped by the Vampire. The Vampire, it is now nighttime. It is his time to shine. Wirt is taking it, and Doggy, who came to defend his team, has watched them both perish underneath his tower. Nothing he can do.
So they're going to get both runes bot. They should shrine up for sure. It's actually really surprising. He went 1 point in Crippling Fear instead of going 2 in Hunter. I don't think Crippling Fear is bad because, you know, it prevents any mage from blinking, but I think you just run at the supports with
Any
Hunter.
mage is a very difficult kill, especially with their lack of burst. Well, shrining up at nighttime. Perfect synergy. 5 minutes for night, 5 minutes for shrine. We're going to see Nightstalker go around. He managed to secure phase boots. See if he can take some people out. 73 damage, very fast attack speed.
You have to commit to this tri-lane bottom if you're RIT now. You can't let this anti-mage get too far behind. The top lane essentially is just, hey, farming pact, like, you do your thing, I'll do my thing. You know, like, neither of them are going to kill each other.
Now, Eradicate's actually bringing it back mid, catching up on CS with Monkey King. Oh, Wirt has been scouted. They know there's an Invisible Bane, or rather, Santa Cruz knows there's an Invisible Bane mid. So, they have also committed a Winter Wyvern. So now it's 2-on-2 bottom, but this is a nighttime Night Stalker.
I mean, they're getting a lot of harass off onto Doggy and Anti-Mage. Really, I think they need to be committing more to pushing Doggy out of the lane. He's not a hero. He doesn't have his Tranquil Boots yet. He does have a little bit more regen, but you want to expend that.
Mid lane, Bane gets found. Wow, fantastic job by Monkey King actually interrupting Nightmare with his Mischief, getting an extra auto attack because of it. Catching Bane in the cast animation, but Eradicate saved him with the Astral Imprison.
That's really nice. That's a good play. That's just someone who plays Monkey King. You know, that's like something that you realize when you've played that hero enough.
Xanthos, we've seen it once, we've seen it 100 times. Xanthos is crushing the offlane, Tidehunter or otherwise.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is just how the lane started. Iroha and him have kind of just been trading since then, but Xanthos has a Vanguard already.
Now, are Xanthos going to be a creep cutter? With 3 points in retaliate.
Ritz. I don't think they can get this
Is
kill.
Ritz scared though? Actually, Ritz has a very long cooldown on his teleport.
They found
scroll.
Doggy, though.
Try and save him. No, they want to go on Doggy, who has Blinding Light on cooldown. And underneath tower, I don't think Nightstalker is scared to dive. We're going to see OD actually teleport in. They're going to go on Gaki Love to finish him off, likely. Luminate's going to miss because of the Astral Imprisonment. They're likely going to get the kill. Gaki Love, one more hit.
Work, get some.
Yeah, actually, Bane is going to take it with the Brain Slap. Okay. Now, only a fraction of the night left. We're over halfway through the nighttime, and I was going to say we're not seeing a kill, but Doggy gets caught out. He's being stalked by the night itself. Are they going to be able to finish him off? Coddle with insanely fast attack speed and movement speed. There's the Blinding Light into a salve, and it's sucked to sleep. Great job by Wirt, not committing the shrine. Nightstalker wants more. He's very mad. He's not getting any kills, and instead of farming creeps, he's running around chasing a support hero. Doggy is safe.
So I'm going to point out Ritz doing the smart play here and not actually just ignoring the fact that there's a lot of magic damage in this lane and still going like points in Mana Break and Blink. He gets the 2 early points in his counter spell to just kind of give him a little more survivability in lane, and that's a big deal. Mid lane, Eradicate uses the Astral, but coming up behind him is this Night Stalker with a regen.
Yeah, here we go. Eradicate looks like he might be in trouble here. He's silenced underneath the Stalker in the Night. Benbird trying to get the stacks up. He does have 4. The Stampede is going to be mitigated slightly by the Boundless Strike, but Eradicate will make it away on OD as Doggy teleports in. Now Benbird oh, okay. There's the Astral. Eradicate went out of position for just a moment. He's going to get beat down by the Night Stalker. Do they have enough damage? He's right on his tail. Benbird actually guesses wrong, and OD is going to get away. But no. Night Stalker is going to stay on OD. There is an Astral Imprisonment. Does he have time to turn around? No, the Void is going to take him out, and also Doggy is killed by Benbird. And also, who else got taken out there? Animage.
Ritz died bottom.
Finished off bottom. 3 kills go the way of Santa Cruz at the tail end. Now, we're not have a sleep to find Winter Wyvern on the sidelines, hold him there, but he doesn't have any follow-up in there. Night Stalker's back bottom. Okay. It was a slow night, Ricky, but it was a good night. Night Stalker is very happy with this. Just over 30 seconds left. Night Stalker is going to abuse.
14 wand charges, too. He could re-engage on this anti-mage if he comes forward.
Yeah.
But
Xanthos
like
actually forced to come bottom.
Yeah.
Xanthos, top CS in the game, had to give that up to defend his team. So the
not
space
top net worth, though. That goes to Babak on the Night Stalker.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. It was a little bit slow, but no, he's running around. He's stalking. It's nighttime. He's killing. Only about 10 seconds left in nighttime, though.
Yeah. I've seen this a few times before, this exact matchup, this Anti-Mage versus Night Stalker, and in that game, the Night Stalker got off to such a crazy start that the game was over at the 20-minute mark because the Anti-Mage had nothing and Night Stalker was able to just run train on his team.
If Night Stalker could, just tunnel vision someone. That's what Night Stalker wants and what you never want to be playing against. Doggy actually doing a great job holding down Winter Wyvern. With the Arctic Burn used, Bane will put him to sleep, and Winter Wyvern is taken out. A very clean kill. Great teamwork for RIT. However, they committed all 5 heroes bottom lane, opening up mid for Monkey King and top for Aroha on the carry Tidehunter, who is looking to finish a Vanguard. Or, yeah, Vlad's. Both start with V.
Yeah, you know, they're the same item, pretty much.
Yeah, same item.
Yeah.
And now
Monkey
Night
King's
Stalker's
going
reduced.
for the Echo, it looks like.
Lane. Echo on, actually, bottom lane. Well, look how tanky Night Stalker is. Even during daytime, that's having a hard time.
Might go down. Oh, he doesn't get the silence off.
Now, is Gakilov very low? Wirt is in trouble now. Underneath. He's being chased down by this Hunter in the night. A Arctic Burn is going to slow Wirt. Xanthos comes in for a double Hoof Stomp, followed by a double Illuminate and a double Edge. That is going to take out Night Stalker. Foxy on Winter Wyvern looks to have made it away. RIT decides they are not going to chase. Top tower. Oh my god. Ritz actually gets the deny. Very close with a Catapult and a Tidehunter.
That's actually really important.
Got it. If you want to play Animage, you can't be missing CS. And Rich shows it was a tough lane bottom, but he's not here to screw around. This is for the Winter Invitational, the CSL. Winner of this game goes to the Grand Finals for a shot at the $1,000 prize pool.
Yeah. Ritz is so poor. Look at him. He's real far down there.
He had a difficult bottom lane.
Eradicate, great rotation. If they actually find the kill here onto Roja, it's huge. I think what he needs to do, there's no ult.
There's nowhere for him to go.
Okay, he should just TP right now. He should just TP.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to go for it. Aroha using the...
He's just going to run. All right, he just runs away.
Line of sight. Winter Wyvern found a courier. I don't think he has the damage to kill it. Yeah, he can't kill that courier. Well, checking out last hits, 2 out of the top 3 are from Santa Cruz. Now Xanthos is going to show up top. They find Aroha. Aroha does have a teleport scroll if need be. Anti-Mage has yet to pick up Mana Void, so he won't be able to break it if Husomp is committed, but Aroha is not taking any damage and he'll back up. Now mid lane, an Astral Imprisonment is going to catch... Oh, it's just a creep.
Yeah. I was going to say, we do have Phoenix Egg up right now, which is a pretty big deal. I think they should be fighting under this really soon.
This is the insane team fight we were talking about during the draft. When Animage gets going, it's going to be hard to shut him down, but until then, Santa Cruz just needs level 6 to take advantage of their team fight and fight as a team, you could say.
They can't let Animage sit in the lane like this. I'm pretty positive. Like, the Night Stalker is doing fine pressuring bot, but they really should just have 2 heroes top so that Animage can't actually show in this lane.
Yeah, keeping Animage down, I feel, will be is a big deal for Santa Cruz, because once Animage gets going again, they don't really have a way to stop him.
It looks like they're sending the Wyvern top, so maybe they're listening to me. Who knows?
Beloved street snipers.
Bot lane, do they have an engagement here? Xanthos does have Stampede, but not going to use it. And Poxy just zoning AM out. What is he going to do?
Radiant's top tower is under
AM,
attack.
please, I just want to hit creeps.
Middle
Yeah.
I don't want to see Hero until 40 minutes,
I
but
really
the
wanna see
heroes
this fight
we have
bottom. Please do it. Fiend's Grip comes out onto Night Stalker. There's going to be a great
Okay.
egg. Is he going to use it?
Is there going to be an egg? The Hoof Stomp misses. The Illuminate hits. Night Stalker not taking too much damage after every spell is expended. He's sitting at about 45% HP.
They opt not to use it, but they get the tower top. This is what I was saying. You just need to keep Anti-Mage off the lane.
And he gets the
Yeah.
deny again!
top tower.
This
Ravage
guy is
him! Kill
insane.
him!
Dire's
This guy is
Oh.
insane, man.
Okay. So, Ritz denied both towers, baited the Ravage. This is...
God.
That's a yikes, man. That's so bad.
Ritz loves this. Now,
Iroha's
okay,
gonna get
here we
found
go.
by Eradicate
Odie
here
found
with a haste
found a Roha. Yeah, he's on top of a shrine. There will be a TP in from Doggy and from Bane. I don't know if they have enough damage, especially without
They
Fiend's
will.
Grip, but Eradicate, they try and get the Sick Blinding Light play. Eradicate drops the hammer. Are they going to be able to finish off Tidehunter? Tidehunter hits the Gush. There's the Astral Imprisonment. Hopefully that's enough damage. If not, the Illuminate will. Ooh, Eradicate even gets the last hit on Odie. Very important. Checking out net worth. Eradicate is still not looking too hot. Three
They
heroes.
might find the kill with
Stampede
Centaur here.
Yeah, checking out
Does he have
bottom.
the Fire Spirit? He should. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
he
just
missed the Fire
barely
Spirit.
misses. Now,
misses both
Balance
Fire
Strike is at
Spirits. Oh my gosh.
15.
He should be able to get
Xanthos
it.
regenning up. There
he
is the
just
egg
eggs?
being used. Xanthos wants it. No, he gets taken out by Benbird.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do at that point? You're like, I either kill the egg and maybe get the gold there, or I'm just gonna die to Monkey King, so...
Dire's
That's
Well,
fine.
it is nighttime, so lock your
Yes,
doors
it
and
is.
close your windows. Stay inside.
Oh,
The bag
well,
is back.
He finds the Night Stalker. No Fiend's Grip yet, but... it's gonna do a
Illuminate,
little
not
harass
very much damage. Actually,
Word's
Word might
running
be
for his
trouble
life,
here, but
actually.
Bag doesn't care about anything. Gonna get on top of him. He gets the Brain Sap off before Crippling Fear, which is very important because it's gonna prolong the time it takes for Wort to die long enough that Bag decides he's not going to commit.
I don't
But-
think I like this Shadow Blade build from the bag. I think he needs to be fighting, and to be honest, I would have
Maybe like
liked him to just go
a
like...
Basher?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I would have liked him to just go Vanguard Basher
Ooh.
this game.
Yaki loved getting aggressive, no egg, just Sunrays right in. And there is a fantastic Bane ult followed by a Keeper ult. Every single hero that is here on Santa Cruz is fighting on top of the Wisp, and they're getting killed one by one. Now Babeg is the next to fall. It looks like he's just barely going to make it away. They don't have much left, but Phoenix and Winter Wyvern have fallen. Aroha is caught in the back line, and he's getting auto-attacked by OD, but because he's so tanky, he actually forces
Xanthos
him
might
to
go
back
down
up.
here. Avoiding 2
Xanthos.
seconds should be able to secure. Great dodge by Bender.
Fantastic use of Mischief. I really like that change. It adds a very high skill ceiling. Monkey King.
That's one of the things that like is really fun about the Monkey King Centaur matchup in lane is it turns out like he should be able to mischief every stomp. So what you end up doing is fake stomping all the time.
Yeah.
So it's just a bunch of people fake spelling until someone messes up and then the other one takes the advantage. It's just a fun little mechanic.
I love it. Now the Carry Tide is hitting for almost 300 damage with a double damage rune. Picking up the Vladimir's Offering. Although their fight didn't look too good at first, they have returned. They took out the mid one, or the tier 1 mid.
Night
and now
Stalker
they
has
have-
his Shadow Blade
Mid.
searching for someone, but he runs right by a 0
He's
HP
actually-
anti-mage, unfortunately, so he's not going to find that kill.
Yeah, no clue where he is. He might just try and join his team.
This anti-mage is
3
so
minutes
poor.
left on Night.
is under attack.
I mean, he's
Hey.
gonna get his Battle Fury eventually, and when that happens, I don't think Santa Cruz has a way to kind of slow down the game at that point.
Yeah, then you can tell that they just want to end it here. Take a
Mid
team fight
lane,
with us.
the
They have
bag,
every
finds
single ult
Eradicate.
except for Wukong's.
And
Is
he's
Eradicate
just
in
gonna TP
danger?
out.
He's just going to TP out. Very unfortunate. But a T2 bottom has been taken. Every single outer tower has been taken at the 17-minute mark for Santa Cruz. They're doing a great job of abusing the pressure of their ults. And with the Vladimir's Offering, they're grouping up. What is Monkey King's item? Well, it looks like it's a BKB, because that's what he has queued up.
Yeah, I think that's fine. He really just wants to fight and
Mm-hmm.
end this game quickly, and to be honest, they can prevent Ritz from being able to split push them.
Mhm.
See
Well,
what
once
happens.
again, Santa Cruz is going to take a Roshan. They have managed to get every single one in this series. and they have the team fight to defend
Ooh,
this.
top lane, Babag has found Anti-Mage. Can he get the kill? I
Yeah.
think you commit the ult here. I think you needed to. And now
Yeah. Oh no.
You
And
see
he's
him.
gone.
He's got no mana.
Wand Void. No, a little bit slow.
Oh my gosh, that is
He
so
is
frustrating
not
to
happy
watch.
about that. Okay, well, here we go. The Winner's Curse has gone out on Doggy, which is going to set up the Wukong's command. A Ravage follows it up, and so is an Egg. They have committed almost everything they had, but they have taken out the position 4 and the position 3, securing a Roshan.
This is what we talked about, right? Like the team fight coming out from Santa Cruz is so strong that you can't ever fight.
Word
into
is
it.
standing right here. Word is standing right on top of the Roshan. Is he
Oh
a
my
god,
gosh.
or is he going to die in front of the entire enemy team?
He gets it.
Word got
Snatches
it. Word
the
got it.
Aegis.
Word got it. Word got it.
And he
And they
runs
drop-
the other way.
He runs. That is an experienced Aegis stealer. He knows to run that direction.
What a thief.
What a thug. Beautiful play.
That's
That's
that
over Dota.
might actually win RIT the game if they slow it down, because that Aegis steal makes it so that like Santa Cruz doesn't reliably get a Rax here, right? Like they can
Yeah.
push into the high ground on the next set of cooldowns and then get a Rax, but now maybe
Well,
they can't.
Often the Aegis is going to give you the tier 2 towers, but they're already down, so the Aegis would be used to take the first lane of Rax. But the Aegis has gone in favor of Word. Not only yet did he deny it from Santa Cruz, he can potentially use his body to tank some of their long cooldown spells, which they rely on. As you can see, that everything was committed by Santa Cruz at that Roshan fight, and they have no spells up yet. We're
Look
looking at
how
30 seconds.
aggressive
on
Ritz
each
is
day.
playing right now. Like
That's what he wants to do.
Just split pushing, and there's nothing that Santa Cruz can do about it. Because we talked about this earlier.
All
like,
their
there
spells
is-
are gone.
The only person that can kill Anti-Mage right now is Night Stalker, and if he's not
Mm-hmm.
hunting Anti-Mage constantly, they will eventually lose. And it's night.
that's-
It's not nighttime anymore. So
And that's what you pointed out. The Shadow Blade is it's not the he needs to be able to kill Anti-Mage when he finds him, and he found Anti-Mage but couldn't kill him. Potentially a Basher could have helped, but we do know the Shadow Blade wasn't the item he needed in order to get that kill. And with it being daytime now, Anti-Mage has another 5 minutes of safety, save for a ult from Night Stalker, where he's going to farm, and he's definitely going to finish his Battle Fury, and he's going to take advantage of his mobility and start cutting creep waves. Split
Santa
pushing.
Cruz pushing mid. They want this. They want a Rax. They
They're
need to
forcing
get a
it.
Rax really badly. And
Ravage
here's
up in
Akava.
20, and that's the last spell they're waiting on. A Cold Embrace used to push. Illuminate will finish off this creep wave, though. Great job from Doggy, taking advantage of the stalling potential of Coddle. Follows it up with the Blinding Light to mitigate damage on his tower.
All
And
RIT
Doggy
wants to
can
do
throw another
is stall this
Illuminate.
game.
And check out Ritz mid. They actually fortify, but Ritz is going to cut the creep wave. Very close
Coming
to
Aroha.
Battle
Doesn't have,
Fury.
he does have Ravage up. They aren't using it.
Alright, Winner's Curse is used, but without putting auto attack on, it looks like Word's going to be safe. A Ravage hits on only a support, but he has an Aegis. A Phoenix Egg is going to connect on nothing. The tier 3 tower stands. Xanthos gets the blink reveal. He hits the Phoenix. The BKB is popped, and the Coddle ult is hitting all 5 heroes. Doggy is doing so much work this fight. He also blinds everyone. Now, Benbird with the BKB is the only one able to accomplish anything. BKB has fallen, and the Rax are now in trouble. However, do they have enough damage to actually take a building out? Fight is slowed down, and RIT might have the opportunity they need to turn them
Battle
back.
Fury
Santa
finally
Cruz,
completed on Anti-Mage.
Santa Cruz has been forced away without taking a lane of Rax, and now Ritz has come online. Ritz is going to take control of the lane equilibrium in all 3 lanes, and the next time Santa Cruz wants to push the base, it is going to have to be nighttime, and it's likely going to have to be after a Roshan.
So I think they played that fight a little too greedy. They wanted to get like perfect. I think we talked about it last game, right? Perfect initiation or perfect overlapping with stuns.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the Ravage came out just a second too late, and Centaur was able to get Stampede, got OD out of there completely.
OD was safe. That felt good.
OD should have died. Like that is a huge point there. Is OD's able to stall and push them out. He's majority of their damage. Actually,
Benbird's going on Xanthos, but he's very tanky. Monkey King is put to sleep, and Gaki Love is... Oh my god, well,
Goodbye.
they killed a support player, but are they going to fight? They only have 1 spell up, and that is the Winter's Curse.
Look at Ritz, man. He's just cutting the mid lane again. And
But check out
Coddle's gonna
Doggy.
Cut this, like Doggy's just
Yeah.
gonna cut the wave.
They have done no damage here. Okay, OD is in a bit of trouble, but a Force Staff will keep him alive. We discussed that during the draft.
Santa Cruz, no,
Now-
they need to get this Rax.
They
have
need...
no choice.
Xanthos
It
is looking
has to
for
go
the
down.
Hoof Stomp. Xanthos really wants to Hoof Stomp, but Bane is up in a couple seconds. They're going to use the blind to buy more time and Illuminate to follow it up. There's an Astral Imprisonment on the Night Stalker. Xanthos going to follow this up, maybe? No, he's looking for a multi-man stomp. You might have it right there. No,
And there's the
Xanthos
fort.
actually has his
And
blink
there's the
broken. This
backdoor
is-
protection. So they
Okay,
can't get this
this-
Rax anymore. Anti-Mage
Santa
actually just
Cruz
finds
is-
the courier, too.
Oh my god. Santa Cruz is trying so hard to and they're playing this all right, but RIT is playing it better. They're stalling, and Santa Cruz is committing so much to this while Animage is farming, and he's also helping defend.
There's
This is
bot
definitely
wave
going
here
in
coming
RIT's favor.
Actually, there's a huge bot wave coming in, and it looks like Xantho's going to try and cut
Alright.
that. Backdoor protection is
Yeah,
off.
here we go. Everything is being committed. Night Stalker is going to go on Xanthos, who has a Vanguard. He's pulling everyone away, so on the back line, RIT can take a fight. Now, Coddle ult is dropped. BKB on Benbird is being wasted because of a cold embrace. Phoenix Egg is dropped, but everyone's going to back out. OD might get taken out in the back line. No, he barely makes it away. Now, Santa Cruz is bottom. They want to get the mid lane, but backdoor protection is back up. Look at the stalling potential from RIT. Monkey King has cold embrace, and then he's put to sleep. Now Phoenix is put to sleep because they don't want Monkey King to be asleep. Night Stalker desperately trying to beat a building, but he has no damage, so he's doing almost nothing. There we go. The cold embrace is finally used, but it's on a Bane, and there's no attack speed on the Centaur War Runner, so he does nothing. The melee Rex goes down, but so does Tide Hunter. Following it up, we have a sleeping Phoenix and a pursued Winter Wyvern. One support down. We're about to see a second. A great Hoot Stomp double edge. Now they traded a Rax, but
They
RIT
committed
has killed a lot
so
of heroes.
much for this.
Oh
This
my
is-
god, dude, look at net worth Anti-Mage. Where
Yeah,
did he come
I was gonna say, like, Animage for the last 4 minutes or 5 minutes of how long this push has been going on has just been roaming from bot to top, cutting waves and farming. This is RIT knowing. I mean, we talked about it in draft, right? They just needed to stall, and they're playing that so well. Xanthos almost sacrifices his life to cut the bot wave so that they can't continue pushing mid. They commit all their spells in the mid lane just to get a 1 Rax, lose 3 heroes, and now there's no potential for them to get another lane here anytime soon. Anti-Mage is now going to be a little bit too far ahead. They have to wait for all their cooldowns to come back up. Xanthos actually gets the Winter Wyvern bottom here. I don't think he's able to... Actually, yeah, he's definitely going to kill. Eradicate's here.
Oh, yeah.
Give me your
Yeah,
mana.
give me your intelligence. Double edge finishes them off. Well, look how much time and how much effort was committed by Santa Cruz, and all they got from it was 1 barracks, not 1 lane.
Yeah, they just
In
got
the
melee.
time.
Gaki
All right.
Love actually picks up a Meteor Hammer because they're like, we need to be able to take these
Right.
lanes faster. So he's going to do the good old dive Meteor Hammer trick. I think that's actually not a bad idea here,
I like that.
but...
Well, his itemization makes sense for what they're doing. Unlike, I still don't like the Night Stalker Shadowblade. However, he has picked up a Skull Basher, which makes a lot more sense to me.
now what I
But
was
with
gonna say-
their early 5-man, I don't think the Shadowblade feels funky.
I was gonna say I would have liked Phoenix to just rush a Hex, like rush a Scythe of Vice right out of the Midas, because the only thing they need to do is catch this Anti-Mage, and he can just dive Hex a hero and set up for his team, which would be pretty important. But either that or like Night Stalker gets a blink after his Basher. It's one of those two. It has to be, essentially has to be one of those 2 heroes. But
Double damage rune from Santa Cruz at nighttime. This could be exactly what they need to get back into RIT's base. First, they're going to go for the Shrine, which is going to reveal their position and the double damage and their items, however.
yeah, I think
But it is going to give them a lot more map control.
something noteworthy. Tidehunter almost has a Desolator.
Ooh, that's very fun.
And he actually went the Anchor Smash damage reduction this game for some reason. I think for sure in a game where you're trying to end this early,
Yeah.
you get that experience gain, you get that 250 damage, and you just run at their buildings.
I agree with you.
You need to be the right-clicking carry with your team here. You can't solve
Doggy
this.
doing a great job. Double Illuminate actually kills the creep wave. The Meteor Hammer comes out though. You know RIT is scared. This tower is falling much faster than the previous tower.
have
Now
Blink
Eradicate
Ravage.
is going to
I
go
don't know why they're not
in
going.
now.
They can actually blink Ravage.
There's a pipe. Doggy is using his Illuminate to great effect. He's holding on to the Will-O-Wisp, waiting for them to commit.
Benbird's searching for this Anti-Mage, but he's
Yeah,
not gonna
Benbird
find
left, and Animage. This is doing such a good job. He knows that Santa Cruz is committing everyone to this, and he can just watch the creep wave and kill it over and over again. He almost has a Manta. In fact, he does. I think if he wants
does.
to go to buyback, yeah. Well, the Meteor Hammer was honestly the best part of that push for Santa Cruz.
Yeah, it did a lot of damage. The thing is Monkey King actually got hit by the Halberd and took 5 Arcane Orbs to the face, so the fight is like pretty much over for Monkey King at that point. The one thing that was interesting though is they really need to get a deep ward on the high ground there if they want to try and take the base. I think if you're playing that aggressive...
Oh, word gets found in a D ward. Though this is a kill.
Oh, he
Meteor
used
Hammer,
Meteor
actually.
I don't understand that one, but it's fine.
30 seconds, backdoor protection,
Yeah,
right? He wouldn't use it,
As
yeah.
I said, they don't have it. But anyway, I think you just dive in deep with the Roja Ravage, and then you follow it up immediately with like a good winner's curse into egg, and you try and get 2 or 3 kills. If you do that, you can definitely get the high ground. Because Anti-Mage still isn't going to show up to these fights. He doesn't want to fight. He can now that he has Manta, but even then I
here's the
think with the team
Desolator
fight,
push.
he might die.
Doggy once again. Doggy's going to miss this Illuminate. This is good for Santa Cruz. Backdoor protection is down. Meteor Hammer will actually finish this. There's the Blink Ravage. It hits on OD. OD is silenced. The egg comes out. Great egg zoning. Wirt wants to go in, but he decides against it. Now Winter Wyvern and the rest of his team are going to start hitting the racks. Animage has not turned around.
He still has Wukong's, Wukong's command available.
Animage is pressuring a tier 3 now, though.
Oh my god, Doggy.
No, Doggy makes it away. Great reaction from Bane, saving his life. And the Barracks once again in trouble. They're getting beat down. A Ravage and Egg have been used, but there's still 3 large alts they can use. There's the BKB. Fiend's Grip is going to follow it up. There's the Winner's Curse actually being used to make sure Monkey King gets out.
Top lane, Anti-Mage, so close. Gets the blink. Alright, he's close. He got out.
Now, 1 lane down. 2nd lane being pressured. This is the closest RIT has been to a loss in the Winter Invitational. I think Santa Cruz might have what it takes to finish this game off.
Right?
Yeah, you have to leave. Roshan is probably
Except
up.
Phoenix is dead. That's fine.
Roshan spawns in 1. Look at that timing. They were already halfway to Roshan. They have a Meteor Hammer. They have a Desolator.
This is where you test good teams, right? If RIT can hold their composure and they understand like where their timing is this game, they may be able to come back here. Santa Cruz, though, is playing this phenomenal. They've got 9,000 net worth lead. They've got 2 lanes of racks down, and all they really need to do is secure this Roshan and take that last lane to force a Mega Creep. And if they can get that, I don't think even an Anti-Mage can stop the split push.
Now, yeah, it's a lot of work Anti-Mage needs to do with 2 lanes down, but is it easier to cut creeps when you only have to defend 1 lane, or is it harder to cut creeps because the other 2 lanes are pushing in?
Anti-Mage needs to be on the opposite side, but at the same time, like when you have 2 lanes constantly pushing, backdoor protection isn't as reliable. Actually, Eradicate finds Poxy here, and wow, Monkey
Look
King
at the
got
intellect
bashed
he's
by
stealing,
the
but a
Roche.
Boundless Strike comes out and a BKB is used. Once again, BKB is used, but RIT is not committing to the fight. Night Stalker also uses all. He's standing on top of Eradicate. He needs to get the bash. Another Force Staff is used. Is there any bash ever going to come out from Night Stalker? Why did he even buy the basher? It seems to not be doing anything. Wukong's command is wasted.
All their spells.
Just like Monkey King's BKB and Santa Cruz getting excited are not looking too good.
They did not find anything with that, and that is a pretty big deal because they need to get this Roshan. And the Monkey King ult is a big deal as far as securing that.
OD also has Sanity Eclipse level 3. Can drop on this.
Yeah, you still have Winter's Curse and Egg. So 2 amazing spells for getting the Roshan.
Okay, they think this is a real Anti-Mage. No, okay,
No,
so
they
now
just
they
can't
do
let
know
him
the
in the
team
pit.
is there. Xanthos is ready to initiate. They don't have Stampede, but he can hit the biggest 2 stomp of his life.
And they put a sentry down this time, not going to let Wirt steal the Aegis.
We're still laughing about that. Xanthos, it looks like he may try and go soon. Everyone on RIT is committing. Winter's Curse is used to no avail. The Will-O-Wisp is used. It's catching too. Doggy is going in. He holds the Phoenix. The Fiend's Grip is going to make sure that there is no egg going off. Now Tidehunter actually gets sleeped in the animation for Ravage. He's now astraled up. He still is holding on to Ravage, but he's low health. The Boundless Strike is getting used on his support. Eradicate drops the hammer, finishing almost nearly finishing everyone. Animage on the backline will take out Winter Wyvern. Animage turns his attention to... He wants the Monkey King who's using BKB. Monkey King's actually BKB teleporting out. They know this is a lost fight. What happened to the Aegis? It was picked up by Benbird on Monkey King. Okay.
Benbird had Monkey King and then Cheese is on Tide. So they use Winter's Curse to just secure the Roche. That's fine, but as soon as that happens, you kind of need to just bail from the fight. Anti-Mage comes in, completely destroys the Phoenix, and there's no way that they can slow down this push now.
Aren't Santa Cruz supposed to be the team that's pressing the base early on? It looks like RIT has regained control of this game.
Great play by Benbird there. Actually
Benbird. Oh my god, he almost used Mouse Man. Alright, here's
Ravage?
the fantastic Ravage. It hits everyone. Xanthos on the back line. Looks like they want to get OD. They eliminate him. Stampede is used, but it doesn't save OD. Now, another blink in. Wirt is the target they want. They don't have the damage to take him, and Meteor Hammer is too slow. Xanthos is going to blink.
TP out.
Teleport out. Beautiful Ravage turned into only 1 kill, but it does reclaim control of the game for Santa Cruz.
It's a big kill too. They got the Eradicate OD, which is a huge deal. Butterfly being delivered to Anti-Mage right now, so Doggy already de-pushing bot. They know they cannot let these waves get to their base. But mid lane, Slugs all
Yep.
in. They just gonna go through mid to the Roche or to the top lane there and try and take us out. Ritz, is he spotted? No, he's not. No vision there.
He's getting pretty big though. Okay, here we go. Night Stalker found anti-mage, but he's not going to commit because he's on the high ground. Tidehunter's put to sleep by Bane. Keep in mind, Tidehunter has a cheese. Monkey King has an Aegis.
They still have
And
egg.
RIT only
Meteor
has one
Hammer.
lane. Yeah, Meteor Hammer is used. That's a
Anti-mage
lot of
finds
damage.
Foxy and blows him up. He's gone. He buys
Winter
back.
Wyvern, I blinked and I missed it. Now we're seeing Xanthos go in. Wukong's command is used in a great position. The tower is caught. The Will-O-Wisp, however, in a fantastic spot. Benbers uses BKB and manages to take the Will-O-Wisp out. Standing in the Wukong's command, we're going to see Santa Cruz assault the final tower, stopping RIT's last lane of Rax, but with no Ravage. Oh, a cheese is eaten. Tidehunter's able to stay. An egg on the back line. Rich is going to deal with it quite easily. Night Stalker uses his ult. He wants to fight, but he's caught in the middle of everyone, and he doesn't have the damage to keep up with the Ritz. In fact, they can't even do any damage to Rich. Rich is just running, absolutely melting everyone that gets in melee range with him. Night Stalker is quick, but Ritz has a blink. Is it going to be enough here? He's watching, he's watching, he's watching. Can he get the perfect blink? No, he's going to back on out. And in the meantime, at the Rax, we see Benbird here. He misses the Boundless Strike. He doesn't have an Aegis. The Astral comes out, but not before Bane is dropped. Here we go. An Illuminate from Doggy is going to be perfectly timed. No, it's a little bit early, but Eradicate's going to man-fight Benbird, who has no HP. And with 2 barracks behind him, Eradicate is looking at another chance to win this game. RIT has defended, and Santa Cruz, you know they're sweating bullets right now.
I mean, they're seeing anti-mage in the fights now, and it's a huge deal. If you see,
They couldn't do anything to him.
yeah, they don't have a way to really lock him down. The way that you have to do this is you Winter's Curse the anti-mage, right? But it's so unreliable because he's gonna go on Winter Wyvern every fight. He's not gonna like show up in the front line and let Winter Wyverns curse him. Actually, speaking of Winter Wyvern versus anti-mage, anti-mage finds him on the rune there. I think you have to wait for all 3 spells here, the Wyvern ult, the Phoenix ult, and the Tide, and I think you kind of have to all-in push this. I don't think you have much time left to win this game. This anti-mage is going to be too scary. I think fights are going to start heavily tipping.
He's already
towards
3k up
RIT.
on Monkey King.
Yeah. Tidehunter picks up a Chrysalis, going for a BKB. Alright.
And a very optimistic Roshan check with him having 4 minutes till he can begin spawning.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Sometimes, you just cross your fingers and check the pit.
I mean, I think Santa Cruz is still feeling pretty good. I don't think they're too worried right now, because they're up 2 racks. They are still farming, but RIT is the one who can't misplay, right? They're the ones who have no wiggle room.
They lost
at
the
this
tower.
point.
There's a Meteor Hammer, and they only have two barracks left.
A lot of this game is going to come down to the team fight, and Eradicate does pick up a BKB, which is going to be a huge deal for them in the upcoming fights.
Yeah, this is, oh my god, this is going to be a 10-second one too. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, Outworld Devourer is ready to dish out some DMGs.
Yeah. I would have liked to see a BKB earlier on Tidehunter as well as Night Stalker. Actually, Night Stalker has his now, so I lied. So that's good. Because it's a huge deal at mitigating the damage from Outworld Devourer, right? He can't steal intellect from his orbs, and his ult doesn't do anything. So we'll see if they actually manage to get a good fight here. Poxy stationed up with an Invis rune.
Now, Night Stalker is showing mid while 4 players on his team are showing bottom.
I mean, Ritz is going to keep pushing. They have to go.
Oh, there's a Ravage. They found OD, who's going to get taken out before he even gets to use his BKB. However, he does have buyback. Wukong's command and BKB committed for Monkey King. The barracks are very low. Here comes the Meteor Hammer. It hits on both. RIT knows that their game is almost over. The Will-O-Wisp has been used. With not very many spells left for Santa Cruz, Animage shows up. He eliminates the Winter Wyvern. He eliminates the Tidehunter with the help of Xanthos. And now he has his eyes set on someone else. Monkey King has to leave. And almost nothing was actually accomplished by Santa Cruz. It looks like this may be RIT's game.
They piped the buildings, and it just absorbed most of the damage from the Meteor Hammer. And, I mean, I don't know what else to say here. Monkey King's at a 5-second BKB. They're only, like, they got the OD buyback, which is really good. So as soon as these heroes come up, they have to do this again and force it. There's no other way that they can do it.
And Night Stalker is stuck at nighttime with nothing to do. He's using nighttime to farm creeps because of the failed push.
I don't know how many times we've seen this already, but the the Wyvern and Phoenix aren't getting their ults off in these fights. Anti-Mage looks for Wyvern every time
Yeah.
and has found him.
And now look at this. Anti-Mage is looking at their building. Anti-Mage almost actually level 25.
Yeah, he's got a huge issue now.
All right, fortification is used, and we're gonna see it start getting evened up. One tier
They're gonna
3.
get racks of their own here. Is this Meteor Hammer?
Rit's gonna get hit.
Next on
Ritz
two.
is
Hypes up though.
all right, and then there's the sheep. A great delay being used, but here we go. Odie is ready to fight this time, and a Fiend's Grip is going to allow Night Stalker to just be a great
is-
supply of intelligence
this
for
is
Outworld
game.
Devourer.
They're gonna end it right here. They're gonna go straight to
Yeah, there are no buybacks. Look how fast Anti-Mage is hitting those towers. It's down. Oh, Winter's Curse is going to go on Outworld Devourer. Xanthos on the back line is going to hoof
That
stop.
Force
and
Staff actually kept him alive.
great. Force Staff was going to be a huge game, or a huge part of this game, and we saw it be. Now, the only person alive, Benbird, goes in, he uses his BKB, he goes to try and kill Doggy, but no, Ritz has the support items he needs. The Abyssal Blades, the Monkey King, the Boundless Strike is going to come out, but Xanthos, my man, is there. He is scary, he is a Slayer from the off lane, he kills the Monkey King, and now he has his eyes set on the Ancient. Benbird with no spells. Tidehunter
do you do?
with no spells. They go in, they have no other choice, and look at this RIT, very disciplined. They're not here to fight, they're here to take the Ancient. Sitting underneath the Will-O-Wisp, they put someone to sleep. They put the Monkey King to sleep, metaphorically. And the hammer is dropped on Tidehunter as well as the Ancient, and that is it. RIT, another 2-0 victory. They are in the grand finals for the Winter Invitational. Thank God I got to see this game, but oh my lord, can RIT be stopped? That was the best team in the West.
Dude,
2-0.
that was insane. We like RIT is one of those teams that just doesn't crumble. They don't actually make that many mistakes in a game. And when it comes to Dota, Dota's a game of mistakes, right? It's the team that makes the least amount of mistakes at the end of the day is going to win. And
I think Dota is a game of RITs. It's just their game.
oh
They
my god,
don't get tired. They don't stop. Like you said, they kept it cool. They kept it. They played that so well, even with the Meteor Hammer. This game, the Meteor Hammer made so much sense, and it's often seen as a meme item. And then RIT just respects it, and they build the pipe,
Yep. I mean,
and they win the game. At Ford, they won this game in half the time, just over half the time it took to win the other game.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
I think.
RIT, we'll see them in the finals.
Dude, yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see what they're going to do in the finals. I got to give credit to the Slugs, though. Santa Cruz played both these series so incredibly well. And it just,
I love Santa Cruz.
Yeah, I mean, I love this team, dude. We have watched them play some incredible series, and honestly, this is the closest, probably the closest game we have casted in CSL so far this season, or this year, I would say.
You know, we were talking about how RIT kept it together, but you know they were sweating at least a little bit.
Oh my
They
God,
were
they were
close,
under
man.
pressure.
They were very close. And what I love about Santa Cruz is they clearly had a strategy. We talk about this throughout the year, but they weren't drafting reactively. They went in with a plan and they attempted to execute it. And you can see them trying to bring it all together. Now, it didn't work this time, but that's not to say it's not going to work next time or against another team. For example, a big part of that game was the Aegis being taken by Wirt. That one
That was
play
massive.
might have been what kept their last two barracks alive. That's how close it was to Mega Creeps.
Yeah. The other
Tiny
thing-
little play.
Yeah, the other thing to notice is, like, you mentioned how good the Santa Cruz draft was, but really, you have to respect RIT. Like, they figured out what the draft was on the third hero and was like, we have to change our draft completely if we want to win this game. So 3 heroes in, they're like, okay, we have no choice. We have to slow down their push, and we have to split push, and then hope that we can stall them long enough to win late game. And they did it.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
Eradicate, man. He's really stepped up. He becoming the captain of the team and the mid laner, and he is excelling at both. And there's a reason they're the grand champions, and there is a reason we are likely going to see them be defending that title this year. For now, they might not just only be the grand champions of the CSL, but the grand champions of the Winter Invitational, as that is where they are headed.
Invitational.
The first Winter Invitational.
What a crazy series, man. This was really fun.
I love it. I want to see more of Santa Cruz, and I promise you that Ricky and myself will be keeping a very close eye on them in the playoffs, which Santa Cruz, although they lost tonight, they have guaranteed a spot in the playoffs, and with this level of play, I would like to see them
at
if we see
finals.
them on LAN.
Yeah, this is a team that, unless they make some like major mistake or there's like a dark horse that come out of playoffs somewhere, I would expect to see them go very far in this bracket. This is an incredible team.
I agree with you completely. Well,
All right.
Ricky, what's next?
What's next? Well, we're gonna be here on Wednesday night, same time,
As
same
always.
place, as always. But hey, when we're not here on the main stage of CSL, Carlton, where can these great people find you?
They could find me at the top of the leaderboards, but I put my account on private. So if you really need to find me, hit me up on Twitter, CARLOLT0N, and you can hit me up on Twitch, where I stream once a year at /CARLT0N. But Ricky, the question on everyone's mind, where can they find you?
Well, you can always find me on pretty much any social media platform, as well as Twitch here at rcryptic, RKRYPTIC. We try to do as much casting here on the main channel, and then when we can, I try to pick up the games on my own. So it's quite a bit of fun. But
A dedicated and a delightful person.
yeah, I just love the scene, dude. Collegiate Dota is the best. It's so much fun.
It is. Well, until Wednesday, I guess.
Yeah, until Wednesday. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Honestly, thank you for supporting CSL. It's the best place for collegiate esports, and especially the Dota scene. We will see you all in just 2 days.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Have a good night.